bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com.
Come on out to the Country Donuts, that is, at Route 20 and Nestler Road. They're always open. Donuts are made daily using only the finest ingredients to ensure freshness. Their huge variety of donuts offers something to please everyone. Country Donuts doesn't stop at offering you the best donuts. Enjoy a delicious breakfast sandwich or stop in for lunch and try a bowl of their famous chili. Need a larger or special donut order for your office? Call 847-488-1900. Come on out to the Country Donuts, that is, at Route 20 and Nestler Road. They're always open. Donuts are made daily using only the finest ingredients to ensure freshness. Their huge variety of donuts offers something to please everyone. Country Donuts doesn't stop at offering you the best donuts. Enjoy a delicious breakfast sandwich or stop in for lunch and try a bowl of their famous chili. Need a larger or special donut order for your office? Call 847-488-1900.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Out to Lunch with WRMN, AM 1410. Happy Friday, everybody. Yes, it's Friday. That's something to look forward to because it means we're getting closer to the weekend. Yes, now, you might be able to kind of hear it in my voice and maybe even see me on the screen, too. I've got quite the allergies today. Usually happens around this time. Been going on since I was a little kid. Usually around end of September, early October is when I get a lot of allergies. Now, of course, I'm all right. You know, I'm here on the air today. I am totally all right with that here, of course, to bring you some awesome content here on WRMN. But yes, I do have a little bit of allergies today. I'm a little bit plugged up in the nose, just a tad bit here today. I have a little bit of the sniffles, but nothing too bad, nothing too serious. I still got energy, had my coffee this morning, keeping hydrated, and so on and so forth. So we're A-okay. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. Maybe you listening out there or watching live on YouTube right now as we're streaming, maybe you've got the allergies happening right now too. It definitely happens. Usually happens around the springtime for me, and then also in the fall time with the weather change. Now we are seeing, of course, the weather change here. Yesterday was nice and sunny. Today we are seeing it a little bit more cloudy outside today. Now, weather prediction wise and temperature wise, we are going to be seeing it as a high of 73 degrees today. We're going to kind of see it kind of go up and down in the 60s, 70s, 60s, 70s kind of throughout the rest of the weekend and also into next week too. So we'll talk a little bit about that here. So currently right now we're at 67. We do have a high of 73 degrees today. It is supposed to be mostly cloudy outside pretty much throughout the day. Now, it was a little bit clearer earlier in the morning today, like I think it was like in the very early morning, it was a little bit clearer, and then it now is a little bit more cloudy outside. We are going to be seeing a low of 63 degrees as we get into tonight. So tonight's going to be that low of 63 degrees, and it's supposed to be pretty much a cloudy night coming up for later tonight on Friday. As we head on into Saturday, into the weekend, and also Sunday, we are going to be seeing more cloudy skies. It is predicted to be a high of 69 degrees coming up for Saturday with a low of 62. So pretty much just kind of staying in the 60s throughout really the whole day on Saturday, kind of around the same temperatures or so. Not a whole lot of ups and downs when it comes to temperature wise, kind of staying consistent here. And if you're watching on YouTube live, on the shared screen, you'll notice for Saturday that the temperature is kind of more in a, it's not quite a straight line, but, it pretty much just kind of stays in the 60s pretty much the whole day on Saturday. We get into Sunday, we do see it as a high of 73 more towards the later part of the afternoon, but throughout the rest of the day into late night and then also earlier morning and early afternoon, it is predicted to be in the 60s. But we do see a high of 73. It is predicted to pretty much be cloudy throughout the whole day. And we're going to be seeing it a low of 61 degrees as we get into Sunday night. Sunday night, we are going to start to see partly cloudy skies, which means it's going to start to clear up a little bit here. We see for Monday a high of 77 degrees. It's going to be partly cloudy. We see it dropping down to a low of 59 degrees as we get into Monday night. So this is starting for next week here, predicted to be kind of a mixture of mostly cloudy skies with a little bit more partly cloudy skies at the start of the day and then also at the end of the day for Monday. Tuesday here, we do see it kind of staying within the 60s throughout the majority of the day, high of 69 degrees, dropping down to a low of 42 as we get into Tuesday night. So it's definitely going to be a little bit chillier, definitely fall chills coming up for Tuesday, next Tuesday here, as we get out of September. That'll be, I think, the last day of September will be on Tuesday. We head into Wednesday. Starting off, we see sunny skies. We do see a high of 68 degrees in the very early morning. It is supposed to be very chilly out. We're going to be seeing about 43 degrees or so in the very early morning. So roughly like an hour into Marky B's first shift morning show. It's going to be in the 40s pretty much. So probably when he gets here, it'll be very chilly outside on Wednesday. Wednesday, we see sunny skies pretty much throughout the whole day. High of 68 with a low of 47. So Wednesday is going to be a nice day because it's going to be nice and sunny outside. So it's going to be a beautiful sunny day. It is going to be the fall temperatures, of course. That's what we're going to be seeing here. And then also, Tuesday is October 1st. So Wednesday is October 2nd. So kind of the start of October, we do see the temperatures in the 60s. Then we get into Thursday. It is predicted to be mostly sunny. We're going to be seeing a high of about 75 degrees. So a high of 75 with it being mostly sunny on Thursday, and then a low of 50 degrees into Thursday night. We see for Friday here a high of 72 degrees with a low of 50. That's going to be coming up for next Friday. So again, we are seeing these temperatures drop, and if they happen to not drop too much into the afternoon time, again, we're seeing a couple days we're in the high of the 70s, at least for the nighttime area. Later in the night, it's supposed to be in the 60s, 50s, and even 40s as well, too. So that's the prediction here, weather-wise, for the rest of this week, into the weekend, and then also into next week as well. So let's take a look here. I want to talk about, of course, an inspirational story. This is brought to you by, of course, sunnyskies.com. These are some feel-good stories, and we definitely do want to talk about them. So we've got this nice story. This was posted today. This was posted today by a user by the name of Rob Xenotech, it says here. This was, pardon me, this was today is when it was posted. And the title is, Someone Paid for Me and My Son's Bill Tonight. This is very nice. This never happens to me in a local restaurant, quiet place, in a local quiet place restaurant, a little out of the way. My family was having a meal, and I got my 4-year-old boy with Down syndrome. He can act terrified in new places, so he clung to me, but he did eat his food in the end, but I always usually have to be the one to feed him. When we go to pay, the waitress calls me over and says, a gent opposite has paid for you and your son's bill. And he said, you look like a good dad. Oh, that's nice. I'm kind of overwhelmed, he writes here, and wish I got the chance to thank him. Really does mean a lot, so thanks to whoever you are. So a nice little inspirational story there, brought to you by sunnyskies.com. You can find more inspirational stories. They usually have new stories pretty much every day, whether it's under fun and amazing stories or also inspirational stories. You can usually find them there. There's always something fun to read. There's always something fun to read. So definitely something that you can look forward to as well. I also want to go into some news here. We've got here brought to you by FoxValleyMagazine.com. This was posted today by the Fox Valley Magazine. City of Elgin, ready to begin $21 million expansion of Elgin Sports Complex. Yes. So this is posted today onto FoxValleyMagazine.com. Let's read a little bit about it here. The City of Elgin has announced its groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of the Elgin Sports Complex. This event will take place on Friday, October 4th, 2024 at 11 a.m. at the complex, just located south of US Route 20, east of McLean Boulevard. The expansion project, which is a construction budget of $21 million and $4,250, which will add 3 synthetic turf fields. It'll also include lighting, as well as fencing to the 87 acres acquired from the state of Illinois. These additions will help meet community demand for multiple purpose sports fields, particularly for soccer and other recreational programs too. And even posted on here too, there is a beautiful picture that you can also take a look at as well on FoxValleyMagazine.com that does feature a little bit of the layout. So it does show you where the parking is. It tells you where the walking trails are, the playground, athletic fields, stormwater management, bike path, warm up, shade pavilion, and so much more too. So again, 16 different phase 1 rendering locations that they have posted onto here. So if you do want to check it out, it's FoxValleyMagazine.com. They did recently post about it. We've got here a quote from, of course, Elgin Mayor Dave Captain. This project is a reflection of the growing need for additional sports facilities in Elgin, especially for our youth and community members. We are looking forward to the positive impact these new fields will bring to our residents and visitors. So thank you to Mayor Captain for that. The Elgin Sports Complex, already a hub of activities such as soccer, softball, volleyball, golf, and BMX racing, will now benefit from improved accessibility with a new roadway connecting Illinois Route 31 to the complex. This second access point has been a long-standing request from users, offering a convenient route to Elgin's downtown here, and also further supporting tourism and local businesses. In addition to the sports fields, the $21 million expansion plan includes a new playground, parking areas, walking trails, a restroom and concessions plaza, a shade pavilion, and also a bike path. So this is a big event. This is a big thing that's happening here, project event. So we are very much looking forward to it here as well too. And again, it might be even bringing in some more tourism as well too. So very, very good. If you want to check out more information on this, you can of course visit their website. It is the cityofElgin.org website, or you can also check it out on FoxValleyMagazine.com. Taking a look at the time here, it is 10:17. I'm going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. Stay tuned. The Distance Social, your spot for great craft cocktails with meaningful conversation. Whether you're out entertaining a group or out for a memorable nightcap, The Distance Social is your spot for starting or ending the perfect evening. Located at 314 North River Street in beautiful East Dundee, Illinois. Go the distance and find your social at The Distance Social.
Looking to get your fingers on some delicious grub? Look no further than Sticky Fingers in Carpentersville. Family owned and operated, Sticky Fingers specializes in chicken, fish, and shrimp, which you can choose to have dusted with flavor or doused in the sauce of your choice. Sticky Fingers strives to provide flavorful food with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. Sticky Fingers personally invites you to stop by and try one of their scrumptious dishes today.
For exceptional home-cooked meals, visit the longest family-owned restaurant in Elgin. Paul's Family Restaurant at Lawrence and McLean takes pride in their fresh daily specials like steaks, fish, pasta, soups, and more. Paul's fresh buttermilk pancakes and breakfast skillets are phenomenal. As you walk in, you can't help but notice owner Elaine's wonderful eye for detail. The toughest decision you'll have to make is what size leftover box to take home. Call 847-695-8687.
How many times have you heard about or driven past the Volo Auto Museum and still haven't checked it out? They have over 200,000 square feet of heated showrooms filled with countless collections of the most amazing mechanical marvels in the world. From incredible collector cars, movie cars, trains, boats, and planes, to a Disney gallery, dinosaurs, vintage arcades, kiddie rides, and a medieval torture exhibit, plus the Titanic Museum. They're open every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit volofund.com.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin, serving the Fox River Valley. We hope you are enjoying your Friday morning. It is Friday. You have any fun weekend plans? Anything? Maybe you're just relaxing a bit? I'm going over to my friend's house for a bonfire. That should be fun. My friend Charlie, so that's going to be a good time. Maybe I'll bring some dessert, maybe some s'mores, or maybe some maybe like apple turnover cake or something. I'll bring something. I don't know, but it should be a nice time coming up. It's going to be a little bit chillier that night. That should be nice for a nice bonfire. What I want to do here is talk more about things that are also coming up here within the area when it comes to festivals and events, because we have quite a few festivals and events that I do want to talk about here. So we've got some things coming up here. Already coming up today and tomorrow. So, of course, I want to inform you on this. Today and tomorrow, I know Mark already did talk about it earlier in the morning today on his show. I'll mention it again here, though, that the town of Bartlett, is hosting their third annual Oktoberfest coming up today and also tomorrow, September 28th, at Leesburg Park. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, at 325 East Devon Avenue. Now, this is presented by the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce, Bartlett Rotary Club, and Bartlett Lions Club. It's an event, an annual event that promises a weekend filled with live music. There's also going to be dancing, American, and of course, German cuisine. You can also find some fun activities for all ages. You can also check out some delicious craft beer and some magnificent, soothing wine. Local exhibitors, of course, to shop from, and of course, the merriment of Oktoberfest. Kicking off today at 4 p.m. It's going to be followed by festival sponsor Moore Brewing Company's tapping of the Golden Keg on Friday, and at 4:30 p.m. the fun continues until 10:30 p.m. tonight. So if you want to head on out, it's going to be a fun event to go to at the park at 325 East Devon Avenue. It's going to be definitely a good time, especially if you do love Oktoberfest. The fest runs from noon to 10:30 p.m. on Saturday. Then tomorrow with live music. You're also going to be able to find some fun afternoon kids activities for the kids to enjoy. So probably like face painting, maybe even a jumpy house. Fun things like that. There's going to be, of course, food. Can't go wrong with the food. Of course, always something to look forward to. Delicious food. And, of course, from local businesses. Exhibitor booths, fun, and, of course, excellent selection of beer. And like before, of course, the beautiful merriment of Oktoberfest. The community spirit, of course. So, new this year, you're going to be able to see some cool food trucks, including Corey's Coop food truck. will be joining the Oktoberfest Fun, serving pork schnitzel with a side of mashed potatoes. And that'll be available on Saturday, only 3 to 7 p.m. So it's kind of a happy hour deal. They've got brats, hot dogs, burgers, soft pretzels will also be available, of course, all weekend, starting tonight at 4 p.m. Fun continuing on until 10:30, and then also tomorrow, noon to 10:30 p.m. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Admission to Oktoberfest is free with beer/food tickets available for purchase. So it's free to show up and enjoy the time. And then, of course, there's also going to be beer and food tickets that'll be available for purchase. There's no parking available at the park, so ride sharing, Uber, or Lyft transportation is encouraged. So, of course, I also want to throw that out there, too. Festgoers can also take advantage of free parking throughout the downtown Bartlett area. You can also find out the more details at bartlettoktoberfest.com. Again, that's bartlettoktoberfest.com. That's the website to go to. I'll also show it on the screen here too, so that of course you can also see it for yourself if you're watching on YouTube. It's Bartlett Area Chamber, Rotary Club, and Lions Club presenting their 3rd annual Oktoberfest. It's going to definitely be an October feast at Oktoberfest because, of course, the food and lots of fun and shopping as well too. So it's going to be a good time. If you want to check out more information, this is found on their website. Of course, for surrounding area parking, you can just look up the address. You'll be able to find parking around the area. So you'll be able to find it on the maps, on the Google Maps. They do have parking around the area too. Ontariovill Park. They've got Hanover Park. It's right near the metro station, so you'll be able to find. This is in Bartlett, so I think I brought up the wrong thing. Yeah, they were. That's in Bartlett, so you'll be able to find parking around the area there too. There's also some other food area options there too. Moore Brewing Company, which is a sponsor, is actually located right over too. They're at 121 West Railroad Avenue in Bartlett, so they're going to be a sponsor of them too. So that's going to be, so you can even check out some of their delicious food that they're going to have to offer there too as well. So some good local area options, of course, all surrounded by where this is going to be located. Again, you can find more information on their website. That is bartlettoktoberfest.com. So that is coming up tonight and also tomorrow. So that's going to be a grand old time. It's going to be fun. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Another thing that's going to be coming up here, and it's just an announcement that they already started in September, but they're going on until Halloween, is Windy Acres Fall Festival, the Farm Festival. That's where the pumpkin farm is open. I did reach out to him. I am out to them. I'm hoping to get a response because I would love to have them on here for an interview, who, of course, talk in more detail on what they have to offer, because these pumpkin farms are always so much fun to go to. And they're running now through till Halloween in Geneva. You can enjoy their fresh pumpkin spice donuts, apple cider donuts, apple cider slushies. I've never heard of that before, an apple cider slushie. That sounds interesting. Maybe I'll have to try that out. Caramel apples, lunch, corn boil, bar, live music and DJs, of course, kids attractions, pony rides, reptile exhibit, birds of prey show, jumping pillow. I mean, they've got a whole list here that you can check out on Fox Valley Magazine under their events page, under their events section. So they've got a beautiful farm festival there too. You can enjoy burgers, brats, hot dogs. They even have a build your own corn on the cob bar. How fun is that, especially if you love corn on the cob? And they're also going to be having sweets and treats. No tricks, just treats here. This is a grill and corn bar that is also going to be available on weekends and also on Columbus Day. A variety of festival foods and sweet treats are available daily. You can also check out the beer garden, highlighting Windy Acres seasonal ales and beverages, and of course their fall spiked beverages to enjoy with a nice little kick. And don't forget, of course, their apple cider slushies, open every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., weather permitting. They've got their apple orchard, of course, that you can enjoy. Have fun making family memories on the farm. You can pick apples such as Gala as well as Ruby Mac, Ambrosia, Granny Smith apples, which are pretty good. Premier Honey Crisp, another good brand too. And tickets are $18 on weekends and $22 on weekdays. So $18 on weekdays and $22 on weekends. $16 and $20 for seniors. So $16 on the weekdays for seniors. It says here, so it's 16 on the weekdays for seniors, 20 on the weekends for seniors. Kids 2 and under get in for free. You can go to their website, Windy Acres Farm, for more information. That's windyacresfarmstand.com to view more information on them too. So they are open now for the fall. Definitely something to look forward to and to enjoy with the family. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. Stay tuned, and we'll be back.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. In Elgin, a significant arrest was made following a violent domestic incident. Early on September 22nd, police were alerted to a situation potentially involving gunfire. Jerome R. Mosley, 36, apprehended at his residence on South Street. Evidence at the scene confirming discharge of a firearm. Kane County State's Attorney has charged Mosley with aggravated domestic battery. Kane County has introduced a $755,000 food and farm resiliency grant program dedicated to adding local growers affected by the pandemic. Available to eligible food-growing ventures, the grants range from $5,000 to $50,000. An Elgin man is under arrest following an accident in Bartlett early Tuesday. 38-year-old Daniel Guzman of Elgin facing charges after fleeing a fiery crash that left 2 people injured. His Ford F-150 reportedly slamming into a Dodge Nitro on Route 25. Guzman fleeing the scene while witnesses worked to save the 2 people in the Dodge Nitro. Guzman was later arrested. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Cubs pounded the Phillies 10-4. Philadelphia clinched the NL East title. The day prior, Cody Bellinger drove in 4 runs for Chicago. Philadelphia is seeking to secure home field advantage in the National League playoffs. The Cubs have already been eliminated.
Benintendi with a base hit to left. Sosa will score.
The action courtesy White Sox Radio. 3-2 the win over the Angels. The modern-day record for most losses in a season. We'll have to wait at least another day. The Sox are 37-120. They tied the 1962 Mets for the most losses in one season since 1900. If they can win their last 5 straight, they'll avoid setting the record. The Bears host the Rams this Sunday afternoon. Chicago signed tight end Stephen Carlson from the practice squad. They also hosted several players for tryouts.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1.
goodness me. All right, everybody, welcome back to Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Voice of the Valley, talk of the town. We hope you are enjoying your day so far. Maybe you've got some fun weekend plans. Let us know in the comments below. You can follow us live on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. If you would like to subscribe to our channel, and if you would like to hit that like button and subscribe, if you want to do it, it doesn't cost you anything. It'll keep you up to date, in the loop, and enjoyment, of course, here with WRMN and things that are happening also within the Fox River Valley. Don't forget, you can also text the Image 360 info line at 505-926-1410. Again, 505-926-1410. That's the number. Again, 505-926-1410. So what I wanted to do here is, I'm telling you, there's a lot going on for the next couple of days and weeks here when it comes to like Oktoberfest fun things to do, and also some spooky / fun fall events that I wanted to talk about, because there's so much going on. And I want to tell you too, especially keeping within the Fox River Valley area. I'll continue on talking about this, and then we'll go into a little testimonial that I have as well too, because I do have a testimony on a place that I went to last night that I actually did promote yesterday. And I was like, hey, you know what? I promoted it yesterday. Let's go there. So that's what we did. So we'll get to that here in just a bit. I do want to just keep announcing here, though, too, to tell you some fun weekend activities to do, and especially more coming up in the fall time. I definitely, especially during the October season, want to go through a lot of fun Halloween stuff, too. Of course, keep it up and date with things happening in the area, but especially on some of the Halloween stuff coming up. I'm looking forward to it. So I want to talk about here, too, the 6th annual Oktoberfest is coming up tonight from 5 to 10 p.m. and also on Saturday, September 28th from 2 to 10 p.m. This is the East Dundee's Oktoberfest. So it's tonight, 5 to 10, and Saturday from 2 to 10. Of course, when it comes to the Oktoberfest, you're going to enjoy food, you're going to enjoy drinks, music, family fun, and so much more. So they do have the lineup, of course, of who is going to be performing there. It is free admission. It's going to be at the Depot at 319 North River Street in the beautiful East Dundee. That is the East Dundee Oktoberfest. And we'll tell you who's going to be starting off the day, or the afternoon / evening time. Live music on the big stage by the Polkaholics are going to be performing a high-speed collision of polka and rock and roll. High energy and fun to start off the afternoon, later afternoon, for the East Dundee's Oktoberfest. There's also going to be free shuttle bus service there too, which will run both nights, with the first pickup at 4:30 p.m. today and the last pickup at 10:25 p.m. tonight. The shuttle will occur every 15 minutes between Carpentersville Middle School, which is located at 100 Cleveland Avenue in Carpentersville, and Barrington Avenue, which is just steps east of Village Hall and adjacent to Diamond Gyms. Of course, like Diamond Gyms, as well as lots of other places surrounding the area too, you'll be able to also enjoy some good hospitality from their local businesses as well. Later, so this is coming up. This is tonight. So they're having the Polkaholics tonight, 5 to 7. Who's Bad? The Michael Jackson Experience will be coming up tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. So for all the MJ fans out there too, this is the time for you to enjoy. The Thrilling fans, they've been Thrilling fans since 2004. The Ultimate Michael Jackson Experience coming up tonight. That'll be from 8 to 10 p.m. right in downtown East Dundee on the stage. So it's going to be a really great time. You can also take a look at their food menu as well, which has been posted. So I have been going through this a couple times throughout the month of September. They're going to be having River Street Tavern, DC Cobb's, Duke's Barbecue, Rosie O'Hare's, Tequila Val's, and then, of course, Happy's Bavarian Jumbo Pretzels, too. It sounds pretty tasty. They also have a list, of course, alcoholic beverages that you can also check out here, too. So they do have their drink menu. You can find beer, wine, and other drinks. They're going to be having from Rosie O'Hare's their Rosie's Punch, Fall Sangria, White Claw, and also Carbliss. You can also check out there too. They're going to be having Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Cabernet, as well as Merlot as well. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I pronounced Pinot Grigio correctly, I think, for the first time here on the air. But anywho, you can also find beer. They're going to having, Coors Light, Miller Light, the Angry Orchard cider too. And they're only accepting cash when it comes to their drink menu at the bar. So it's going to be from Rosie O'Hare's and also at the River Street Tavern too, accepting cash only. So just keep that in mind to throw that out there. Fun activities, of course, for the whole family. Lots of fun things. Scarecrow display and contest is going to be there. All photos have been posted already yesterday. And the voting ends Sunday, September 29th at noon too. So they have that cute little Scarecrow display and contest as well too. Fun inflatables for the kids and other things coming up, of course. Also performances that'll be coming up tomorrow too. So if you want to head on out tonight, good time to do it, especially if you are an MJ fan, or even, of course, you want to enjoy some nice start of the show, fun music to enjoy. So this is coming up tonight and also tomorrow. Tonight, 5 to 10, and tomorrow, 2 to 10 p.m. That is in East Dundee. There's, of course, another fun event that will be coming up tonight from 5 to 9 p.m. on the Benton Street Bridges in the downtown Aurora. This is the Aurora Fall Food Truck Festival. It's coming up tonight, 5 to 9 p.m. So you don't want to miss out on this. You're going to be able to experience the cool fall weather because it is a little bit going to be cooler tonight. We're going to be noticing that pattern going on pretty much starting now, and that's the prediction as of through the rest of this week and into next week too. Even when we get into the 70s, it is supposed to be lows in the 50s and even 40s too. So cool fall weather, great Friday night. 25 food trucks and vendors are going to be featured here tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So that is the Food Truck Festival in Aurora, again, on the Benton Bridge, on this Benton Street Bridges between Broadway Avenue and River Street. That'll be in Aurora coming up tonight. That's a cool event to come up and to enjoy. Friday and Saturday, next Friday and Saturday, October 4th through till the 5th, it's the Oktoberfest at Naper Settlement. They're going to be featuring traditional German cuisine. You're going to be able to see beer, well, not just see beer, but also drink it too. Live music, activities, and that'll be coming up next Friday, October 4th from 5 to 10, and Saturday, October 5th from 3 to 10 p.m. Guests are invited to gather inside Naper Settlement's giant heated tent to enjoy lively oompa music, modern polka, pop, R&B, and yacht rock too. On Saturday, this will be next Saturday, there will be a Stein holding contest, as well as a children's area with activities for the entire family. So again, yet another fun Oktoberfest event coming up next week. We already have a couple this week, quite a few this week here coming up tonight and tomorrow and Sunday, already coming up even next week too. We've got some fun things around the corner there as well. Now, I wanted to bring up here ExploreElginArea.com for a bit because I wanted to mention here that they actually do have an article session titled Spooky Fun, Fall Events in the Elgin Area. And there is actually a list of festivals and parties, hay rides, train rides, haunted trails, and cemetery walks, nightlife, and day fun all put together. Some of them have already happened. Most of them are still yet to come. So if you want to check out that list, that's available at ExploreElginArea.com. If you look up Spooky Fun, you'll be able to find it under the search bar there at the very top of the page. So there's a lot of fun activities to do coming up in the area, of course. That will be this weekend, next weekend, and all the way through till October as well. I mean, we've got like Santa's Village Pumpkin Patch and Fall Festival will be weekends and holidays starting September 28th tomorrow through till October 27th. So that's a fun event to go to in Dundee. They have that fall festival. They've got it decorated there already now too for weekends and holidays. They have harvest-themed menu there. Amusement park and petting zoo is open. They're starting tomorrow. So they're starting tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the Santa's Village Pumpkin Patch and Fall Fest. They're also having their pumpkin patches throughout the park. Special fall attractions only open in October because they're starting now tomorrow, but they'll still be going on through October since we're already almost into October. They're also going to be having unlimited admission included with your 2024 season pass too. So very cool. There's lots of other things coming up here. Big Timbers Pumpkin Fest, Barrels and Bones and Brews, which we did have them on for an interview. Tammy hit them on here too. So that's a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out on that. And there is also information that we still have posted in Redemption Center as well, which we're going to be open tomorrow from 9 to 12. If you do want to pick up some of those flyers and brochures, they are sitting ready to be taken for you to enjoy. It's ages 21 and up. General admission at 6 p.m. is $100. Designated driver 5 p.m. is $50. VIP tickets at $125. Tickets can be found on Barrels and Bones and Brews, powered by GiveSmart. So that information is also posted on there as well too. And I mean, we've got things like Gobert's 2024 Fall Festival, Gobert's Farm, which is also fun. We've got the Pingree Grove location, the Barrington location. I've been to both wonderful places to go to. I'm hoping to attend more of Pumpkin Farm activities this year. I don't think I went to a Pumpkin Farm at all last year, and I really want to go more towards this year, especially into the October season too, on the weekend. So it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, there's a whole list of things. To go through. They've got, we already had the Bluff City Cemetery Walk. They have, starting in October on Saturdays, Harvest Hay Rides at Camp Big Timber, which is also fun to enjoy. So they're having that. I did mention that as well. And there's also tickets at Ticketspice.com. I like that word, Ticket Spice. That's nice. I like that, Ticket Spice. I think it's like a pumpkin spice and all things nice. Get it at Ticket Spice. That's the Harvest Hayride. They have that coming up. They've got like Dark Hollows Haunted Hayride at Camp Big Timber. The Ghost Story Train is back again at Fox River Trolley Museum. So that's for Ghost Story. Down to the Haunted Forest Preserve. Margie's Girls Kitchen's, of course, going to be there. They're going to be having some great treats. You're going to enjoy, of course, their campfire songs. Costumes are welcome, suitable for all ages. Times are also posted on there, too. You can find them also on foxvalley.org. So, foxtrolley.org is where you can find that information. So again, there's a lot going on here. So if you want to check it out, more information can be found on exploreelginaria.com. And once we step into October, I'll definitely be mentioning these more in detail as time goes by once we get closer to the event days. It's 10:47. I am going to take a quick time out. When I come back, I do want to give a testimonial on a place that our family went to last night for dinner that I promoted yesterday. So stay tuned for that. Again, you're listening to WRMN. For local information and fun times in the mornings, listen to Marky B and Larry Jones on The First Shift.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help you.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat them tough.
I can haze them.
You can't haze. You'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have to prove it.
It's The First Shift, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
Keep informed with everything that's going on with the Radio Shopping Show by joining our VIP text club today. All you have to do is text the message WRMN 1410 to the number 94253 and you're in. You'll receive timely information about shopping show specials instantaneously as they happen. Message and data rates may apply. The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show, we are WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Taqueria Las Cumbres, Crystal Lake's authentic Mexican restaurant on Grant Street, is open for carryout. For over 15 years, Taqueria Las Cumbres has been serving up all of your favorite Mexican dishes and doing it better than the rest. Recently voted the best in McHenry County. Stop in and carry out the authentic taste of Mexico and see for yourself. Support local for lunch and dinner today and place an order from Taqueria Las Cumbres. Call 815-455-8200 for Taqueria Las Cumbres of downtown Crystal Lake.
The Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake offers incredible breakfast and lunch options for you, and now the coffee bar is open for you to enjoy. Stop in and enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee in a peaceful setting, and if you're hungry, the Triple Berry Cafe is ready to provide you with homemade goodness. Enjoy omelets, skillets, pancakes, crepes, waffles, and much more for breakfast. Stop in at the Triple Berry Cafe for lunch and enjoy signature sandwiches, burgers, wraps, salads, and healthy options are available as well. Triple Berry Cafe, just off Randall Road in Crystal Lake. Now with a coffee bar.
Twin Zeros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. Twin Zeros Restaurant in Harwood Heights not only serves traditional gyros, but also has chicken gyro sandwiches. Twin Zeros also serves a variety of sandwiches ranging from cheeseburgers and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Italian beef, Italian sausage, and combo sandwiches. To ethnic favorites such as Slovakia and Grecian chicken. Slovakia is shish kebabs, specifically chicken or pork shish kebabs, grilled to perfection, served on a warm pita with tomatoes, onions, and our homemade tzatziki sauce. You can also enjoy barbecue ribs served every day. Twins is open 7 days a week and also delivers locally. Located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. That's twinzeros.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to Out to Lunch with WRMN. Oh, goodness me, here we go again. Gosh darn allergies. Hey, you know what? It's okay, though. I'm enjoying the day today. Hopefully you are as well. Again, you're listening to WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We hope you are enjoying your morning so far. It is 10:51, so we are getting closer to the 11 o'clock hour. Still within the middle of the morning right now. Mostly cloudy skies, but still a good day to enjoy. Now, last night, of course, well, I'll start off here. Of course, yesterday I did talk about Beef Shack, home of the cheesy beef. As you know, Beef Shack, very popular place to go to for delicious food. And we did promote them yesterday for their special promo that they have, as well as, of course, promo including their dollar shakes on Saturdays. So you can shake it up with the dollar shake on Saturdays. Sounds pretty good. And on Tuesdays, their dollar hot dogs, which you can get a max of 2 per car ride or 2 per group. But those are some special things that they have. They also do have different QR codes and specials that you can also find online too at beefshack.com. And if you actually look at specific locations will have different deals. So if you want to check out that information, you can go to their main website, beefshack.com, look at those particular locations that you want to go to, the ones that closest might be to you, or also looking through and seeing what specials are going on at different places. That is Beef Shack places. Here I'm talking about during this segment here, because they have different individual deals at each of those Beef Shacks too. So they've got one even here too that you can text BS Randall 4, and they have a number you can text it to, and you can even get yourself an exclusive discount and specialty text offers. So it's really like a VIP text club here from the Beef Shack. And if you haven't guessed already, this is where we went to last night. My brother and I went. We decided to get food for everyone. I was gonna cook chicken cordon bleu, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't feel like it. So I was like, well, let's just get pickups. So we're like, okay. And I thought, well, I talked about Beef Shack yesterday. Might as well go there, get some good food, and of course, present my testimonial to you to encourage you to check out this place. Or of course, if you've already been, give a testimony yourself too. What are some good things that you like here? Now, I did have their, I'll tell you what I had. I had their cheesy beef on garlic. So this is what I had. It's the Legend baked on fresh garlic bread buns that'll slap your taste buds across the face with flavor. Yeah, there's a lot of flavor here for sure. I have to say. And it's very garlicky as well. So you can also say to yourself too, or even to the people there as well, if you don't want too much garlic, it is very garlicky, which I like. But if you don't like a whole lot of garlic, then it might not be for you. If you prefer to not have it garlicky, then I would say to not get it on the garlic bread, because it is very garlicky. I got the full size. Honestly, I think the mini would have been better. I couldn't even finish it. I've got leftovers. Well, actually, no, get the full size because it's only $2 more, and then you have leftovers. I'm saying it like it's a bad thing. It's not. But they have leftovers for another meal. And you get a lot of fries. And I'm telling you, too, I got a small fries. It's like yay big if you're watching on the screen. It's big. You get a lot of fries. Now, I actually was able to eat all the fries because I really enjoy their fries there. You can tell that they are fresh cut, very much so. They really salt them though too. So if you do like a little bit more of the salty fries, then this is an option for you. So I got the cheesy beef on garlic. My brother got the same thing as well. We also did try their milkshakes. So we got medium milkshakes. My dad, my brother, and I got vanilla milkshakes, and they're a nice thick consistency too. Sometimes you'll go to places and you get a milkshake and it's almost too malty, like it's too much like a malt, where there's a little bit maybe like I guess it's like just a little bit too malty, and sometimes it can cut you in the throat a little bit. If you know, I'm talking about if you have malts a lot, sometimes it can cut you in the throat a little bit there. Not literally cut you in the throat, but just figuratively speaking, it just kind of, you know, that happens when you have like thick shakes and malts like that. So it wasn't too malty at all, and it wasn't the type of shake that you get where it melts right away. It was perfectly concise within the entirety of the drink. Sometimes you can get drinks when it comes to milkshakes, and you can tell that there's clumps in it, like there's little clumps of like more frozen ice cream, and or if it's like a custard. But this was like consistent throughout the whole shake. So it was, you know, it was very nice. It didn't melt right away. It wasn't too thick of a shake where you just, you know, sometimes you're like sucking into the straw and it's like, come on, I'm having to work here to try to get the shake. You can of course use a spoon too, but I like to drink it through the straw. So it was just right. I very much enjoyed it. And of course I did add a little dash of coffee too, to, you know, add a little more coffee flavor to it, which of course amped it up tenfold because I love my coffee. So I really enjoyed it. It was very good. Even just a standalone as a vanilla shake is good. They also do offer chocolate shakes there too. And if you really want to beef it up, get 50% more beef for $2. You can absolutely do that. I say the beef that I got on there was plenty of beef. And you also get a nice thick portion of mozzarella cheese too. So it is definitely a place to go to. You get good portions of food. So it's definitely good to come hungry. Because I definitely did. And I still couldn't finish all of it. It was very good. So I definitely recommend it too. And of course, the outer layer of the bread that they put it on is nice and crusty too. You get the nice crust on there too. You can add sweet peppers, hot peppers to any beef for an extra $1. They also do offer their burgers there as well. Our whole family got the cheesy beef, except for my aunt. My aunt got the chicken sandwich, which she said was really good too. I've yet to try the chicken sandwich there. I've had their burgers. I've had the cheesy beef on garlic before in the past, and I had it yesterday too. I very much enjoyed it. Their chicken sandwich is a 24-hour marinated chicken breast with chipotle mayo for a deep close your eyes and curse flavor, is what they say. You can try their grilled cheese. They offer their hot dogs and double dogs. Their must-eats, of course, their fries, and you get a lot too. So a small is like, I don't even know. I really can't compare it to other restaurants when it comes to their sizes. The small is a lot. You get a good amount of fries. So if you get a small, you get a good amount, a very generous portion of fries. A medium is like 2 meals. And I'm sure a large is like, you could feed a family of 4 just with the large. I mean, the small is big. I'm not even kidding. Some places you get a small, it's like, I should have just gotten a large. Sometimes the larges are mediums. Here, the smalls are like a medium, or even at some places large too. I mean, you get a lot of fries is what I'm trying to tell you here. So very much a meal within itself. Check it out. That's beefshack.com, beefshack.com. This does wrap it up for the 10 o'clock hour. You're listening to Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk the Town. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
Hit the open road and experience the fresh air of Wisconsin at the Grand Stay Hotel and Suites in Mount Horeb. This award-winning hotel is just outside Madison. Mount Horeb is known as the troll capital of the world. Families can go on a troll hunt through the historic downtown or check out Cave of the Mounds just minutes down the road. The Grand Stay offers a beautiful pool and a hot tub with year-round fun. Visit grandstaymounthoreb.com today to schedule your visit. Hit the open road and experience the fresh air of Wisconsin at the Grand Stay Hotel and Suites in Mount Horeb. This award-winning hotel is just outside Madison. Mount Horeb is known as the troll capital of the world. Families can go on a troll hunt through the historic downtown or check out Cave of the Mounds just minutes down the road. The Grand Stay offers a beautiful pool and a hot tub with year-round fun. Visit grandstaymounthoreb.com today to schedule your visit.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. Kane County has introduced a $755,000 food and farm resiliency grant program dedicated to adding local growers affected by the pandemic. Available to eligible food-growing ventures, the grants range from $5,000 to $50,000. An Elgin man is under arrest following an accident in Bartlett early Tuesday. 38-year-old Daniel Guzman of Elgin facing charges after fleeing a fiery crash that left 2 people injured. His Ford F-150 reportedly slamming into a Dodge Nitro on Route 25. Guzman fleeing the scene while witnesses worked to save the 2 people in the Dodge Nitro. Guzman was later arrested. In Elgin, a significant arrest was made following a violent domestic incident. Early on September 22nd, police were alerted to a situation potentially involving gunfire. Jerome R. Mosley, 36, apprehended at his residence on South Street. Evidence at the scene confirming discharge of a firearm. Kane County State's Attorney has charged Mosley with aggravated domestic battery. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, and great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Renata's Old Salem Cafe is now Renata's German restaurant, with old family recipes for delicious Bavarian dinners. Renata's is also known for breakfast and lunch. Renata's German restaurant has fresh baked German pastries. For a hearty breakfast, try Renata's for pancakes, skillets, and more. They've also set the standard for catering excellence. Try Renata's German restaurant off Irving Park, west of Wise Road in Hanover Park. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Michael Brown, former Undersecretary of Homeland Security and Director of FEMA, is your new full-time host of The Weekend, which airs every Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN. Each week on the popular 3-hour program, Brown offers listeners a fresh take on the weekend talk with his provocative insights into current events, politics, and culture. So late in the day on Saturday, make it a point to catch The Weekend with Michael Brown right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Benintendi with a base hit to left. Sosa will score.
The action courtesy White Sox Radio. 3-2 the win over the Angels. The modern-day record for most losses in a season. We'll have to wait at least another day. The Sox are 37-120. They tied the 1962 Mets for the most losses in one season since 1900. If they can win their last 5 straight, they'll avoid setting the record. The Cubs pounded the Phillies 10-4. Philadelphia clinched the NL East title the day prior. Cody Bellinger Bellinger drove in 4 runs for Chicago. Philadelphia is seeking to secure home field advantage in the National League playoffs. The Cubs have already been eliminated. The Bears host the Rams this Sunday afternoon. Chicago signed tight end Steven Carlson from the practice squad. They also hosted several players for tryouts.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.
Ever take your car through the auto emissions lane only to experience the sinking feeling that your car has failed the test? Don't fret. Let Meineke at 376 Sundown in South Elgin fix the problem for you. Meineke's mechanics will determine the exact problem with your vehicle and suggest necessary repairs with Meineke's diagnostic service. Pass that test with help from the trained Meineke technicians. Call today for your appointment. 847-888-9644. That's 847-888-9644. In the mood for some great barbecue but just don't have time to make it yourself? Carry out Coleman's Barbecue on Elgin's East Side at 79 Clock Tower. Coleman specializes in ribs, tips, chicken wings, seafood, and sandwiches with sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and dessert. Try Coleman's Exotic Mild Sauce. It's the bomb. You can also buy sauce in gallon or pint sizes. It's prepared just right. The Coleman's Way. Call 224-535-8153.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. We hope you're enjoying the morning so far. Maybe you are sitting back, having a nice cup of coffee, maybe a nice cup of tea, having some water to keep hydrated. Whatever the case might be, hopefully you're having a good day so far. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. That's something to look forward to because we're getting closer into the weekend here. So you don't want to miss out on that when it comes to the weekend. Do some fun things. And it's supposed to be pretty much mainly cloudy throughout this weekend, but not too bad in terms of temperature-wise. So definitely going to be the fall feels. Again, you're listening to WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk the Town. If you want to check out our website, we are WRMN1410.com. You can check out our website. We're also streaming live here on YouTube, so you can go to our website on YouTube or our YouTube page, youtube.com at WRMN Radio. If you'd like to like the video, if you would like to subscribe to our channel, that way you can keep up to date with what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and with WRMN. And there you go. That's the way to do it if you would like to. Of course, you can also download the app too. You'll be able to listen to us pretty much from anywhere. And it comes in nice and clear too. So you also don't want to miss out on that either. Especially maybe if you're out of range. When it comes to listening to the radio, you'll be able to, of course, plug your device into your aux cord in your car or vehicle, or even, of course, use Bluetooth, and it'll come in nice and clear there through the radio speakers as well, too. So there you go. Some extra little tips and tricks on to how to, of course, listen to us. The app is available, of course, through the App Store for Apple users and also through Google Play for Samsung users out there too. So multiple different ways that you can listen to us. You can also listen to us via our click here to listen live link on our website, WRMN1410.com. You'll be able to listen to us live there too. and welcome yourself to that too. We've got the weekly football contest presented by Rookies All-American Pub and Grill. If you have a local business, you can advertise it with the Voice of the Valley. Of course, you can contact us for more information on that. Check out our weekly lineup and more happening here as well. We are celebrating 75 years of community broadcasting and hopefully many more. So we're looking forward to it. So, of course, let's go through the National Day calendar. What do we have today to recognize, to celebrate, to appreciate, to give thanks to, and more? We've got a couple different things today on National Day calendar. And, of course, when it comes to National Today calendar, there usually is a grand selection. That's more. So there's usually a lot more that's featured on there, too. So we'll start with this. This is National Day calendar. Today's National Crush a Can Day. Now, what does this mean? Crush a Can Day. It dedicates time to educating the country about the benefits of recycling. We have some quick smashing information to share on this day. And actually, this reminds me of something I completely forgot about for years. So when I was in elementary school, 1st through 3rd grade, I went to a school called the Einstein Academy, which actually is closed now. But what we used to have was a can crushing. It was like a machine. And what it was, of course, it was like a recycling bin. And on top of it was a can crushing machine. So anytime we'd get soda or drinks from the vending machines that were at school, you would just, you'd like pull up a handle and then you would insert the can underneath and then you'd just crush it. And it would crush it to like a thin piece, like well, I'll show on the screen here too. Like almost looks like a thin sandwich piece, and it crushes it. And we used to have that at our school, which I always enjoyed doing. I would get, I remember actually now, I usually would always get grape soda. Grape soda was always my favorite. It was like a Fanta grape soda, and it would come in a can, and I always enjoyed it because I don't know. I just remembered this right now when seeing this picture and reading it here, announcing it. I just remembered that. And I just remembered I used to drink a lot of grape soda as a kid. That was something I forgot. So there you go. It's Crush a Can Day. And we used to have that can crusher, which was always a lot of fun. Kids would always I think it almost was a weird mechanism where people would buy more soda just to use the can crushing machine. So it was a lot of fun to use. We enjoyed using that. Aluminum cans are the second most recycled material after steel in the United States. Not only is aluminum 100% recyclable, but it also uses 95% less energy to recycle an old can into a new one. However, we still throw out more than 1 million tons of aluminum each year. Unlike some recyclables, aluminum can be recycled over and over. Some interesting recycling facts brought to you by nationaldaycalendar.com. And also, too, I do believe usually at the bottom of the page or somewhere, they do also provide the sources that they put together at the bottom of the page here. But this is National Day Calendar. If you laid all the aluminum cans recycled in 2010, end to end, they could circle the Earth 169 times. That's a lot. That was just in 2010. The U.S. recycles about 65% of its aluminum. In America, 105,800 cans are recycled every minute. That's a lot. Your television can run for 3 hours from the energy saved by recycling one can. In 2019, an aluminum can was worth about 1.7 cents. The industry pays more than $1 billion annually for recycled cans. Now, of course, how to learn and observe? Well, check out locations for small-scale programmings, including schools, daycares, the block where you live, or maybe an apartment complex as well. For tips on recycling, you can actually visit a website called CanCentral.com. You can start recycling cans and use Crush a Can Day, hashtag Crush a Can Day, to post on social media as well if you'd like. And with TikTok being so popular, you might be able to use that hashtag and get a lot of likes and views too. So if you want to visit their website, this is CanCentral.com, the Can Manufacturers Institution. They offer, of course, beverage cans, food cans, aerosol and other non-food cans, recycling and sustainability, and also resources there too. Who they are and what they do: the CMI is the National Trade Association of the metal can manufacturing industry and its suppliers in the United States. The can industry accounts for the annual domestic production of approximately 131.6 billion food, beverage, aerosol, and general line cans. Employs more than 28,000 people with plants in 33 states, including also Puerto Rico and American Samoa, and generates about 15.7 billion in direct economic activity too. So if you want to learn more information on that, on how you can help out, that's cancentral.com. So pretty cool. That was researched and posted onto foxvalleymagazine.com. I'm not Fox Valley Magazine, goodness me. National Day Calendar. National Day Calendar. The layout is similar to foxvalleymagazine.com. Like the layout, they usually have like a timeline picture, and then you scroll down. It's very similar in layout too, which I find interesting. I just realized that now. Maybe that's how I was kind of drawn to this website. National Corned Beef Hash Day is another day that is recognized today. Very good as a skillet, I have to say. And it is definitely a day recognized today, meaning that they are adding flavor to every meal while cleaning out the fridge because it's National Corned Beef Hash Day. Making corned beef hash is a great way to use up some leftovers, of course. You can, of course, throw in a bunch of different leftovers and make your own confection of corned beef hash. And it definitely became popular during and after World War II. Since rationing limited the availability of fresh meat, corned beef filled the gap. So that definitely filled the gap. Cooks became creative with herbs, spices, and leftovers, and nothing was wasted. In lean times, stretching a meal became definitely a priority, I'm sure. I'm sure my grandparents, who suffered during the Depression, money-wise, probably I know they stretched their meals, and so they might have, even if they occasionally had meat, they were able to stretch it for sure. The Hormel Company claims it introduced corned beef hash and roast beef hash to the United States as early as 1950. However, World War II reporter Betty Wasson lists a corned beef hash recipe in her Cooking Without Cans cookbook, printed in 1943. Other forms of hash existed as part of the American diet since at least the 19th century. The numerous recipes available before that time also attest to the country's love of the dish as well, of course. And it does also the existence of many hash houses named after the dish. So corned beef hash, very good meal to enjoy. How to observe it, of course, you can serve it up, invite a crowd of people, invite your family and friends to enjoy that today. So that is corned beef hash day, recognized today. You can find more information, of course, on nationaldaycalendar.com. You can find a lot of great options there. Some places around the area that do serve corned beef hash include Alexander's Cafe, Willie and Grace Diner. The Elgin Public House does serve corned beef and hash. In Carpentersville, the new Sunrise Social, which used to be the meat and potato eatery. Brianna's Pancake House. So a lot of the pancakes places, skillets, maple and hash, you can find a lot of different places within the area that do offer corned beef hash. It's a very tasty treat. I meant to say a food option. When I think of a treat, I think of something sweet. Corned beef hash can be a little bit more salty, on the saltier side, depending on how it's prepared. In the past, when I've had corned beef hash before, it tends to be a little bit more salty, which, of course, I don't mind when it comes to food. Today is also National Brave Day, the fourth Friday in September. Now, this is a day that honors women who lift each other up, rescue each other, and make each other brave. Sometimes just a flutter of encouragement comes in the form of timely guidance from another woman. Other times, group of women provide the energy, coordinated, thoughtful efforts for someone in need. Women empowering women, which is very important. Despite varied experiences and background, women come together across generations to support each other. These small tokens come in many forms. For example, a monetary reprieve over a cup of coffee, maybe during a hectic day, can definitely make the difference. A well-written letter of recommendation for a job might also change the course of a life too. These little small tokens strengthen a woman who may have undergone unspoken tragedies or struggles. And of course, it's important to empower each other in that way too. So friends, sisters, family members, And even a stranger, definitely limitless when it comes to those opportunities. So National Brave Day recognized today, seeking out tangible ways to encourage women to keep moving forward and to brave. So good to lift up the life of the women around you too. So show your support by organizing maybe a local movie night, creating a fundraiser, sharing your ideas, and more too. And you can actually visit their website there for more information at bravefoundation.cc. That's bravefoundation.cc. It is the Brave Women's Conference of 2024, it says here too, and they actually do feature some of the speakers there. It says the conference is, it's interesting, it's today and tomorrow. Yeah, today and tomorrow. That's the conference. That's in Tampa, Florida. So it's not quite within the Fox River Valley area, but nonetheless still, that's something that was posted on there on Fox Valley Magazine. Here I go again. I said Fox Valley Magazine again. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, it's already 11:20. I'm going to continue on going through here. We've got some other days that are also recognized today as well. I don't know why I'm saying Fox Valley Magazine instead of National Day Calendar. I think just because I'm used to saying it too. I don't know. Today's also National Scarf Day today. Yes, it's Scarf Day today, recognized today. I do like wearing scarves. I haven't worn any yet in a while just because of the weather. Once it gets to the chillier weather, I definitely will be wearing some scarves because I do like nice kind of silk. I especially love silk scarves. Are very comfortable too. And then during the colder days of winter, I love having the nice thicker scarves. So it's National Scarf Day today, recognizing the power of the scarf. Whatever your style, a scarf is the best way to express yourself. Make a statement or update your look. Let a scarf inspire your style on National Scarf Day. They have been around since the Egyptian times when the Egyptian queen Nefertiti wore a scarf in 1350 BC. In fact, they played such an important role in their culture. The scarf was included in their costumes worn during the belly dance. Since then, scarves have been a part of every culture across the globe. There's, of course, neck scarves, head scarves, winter scarves, and beach scarves as well. A scarf, by definition, is a piece of cloth that covers the head, face, or neck. For the most part, we wear scarves for warmth. However, some people wear them as a fashion accessory or to keep their hair in place. In Russia, lots of people wear scarves over their head, also kind of like a babushka. So I've seen a lot of old Russian pictures before, and it's definitely, usually when you think of like older Russian women, they usually have the, like the babushka. They have the scarf on too. So how to observe it, of course, whether it's bright and colorful or maybe a little bit more muted and tonal. I kind of like a little bit more of the more earthy tone colors there too. Scarf is a great way to make your own look. Make it look your own way too. Style it the way you like it too. So very, very cool. Echo New York founded National Scarf Day on September 27th back in 2018. Well, scarves have been around since ancient times for purposes ranging from cleanliness to religion to warmth. Echo believes that they are responsible for bringing the scarf to the world of fashion. So it is definitely a fashionable statement. Again, I love wearing it, especially during the fall time as well. So very, very cool. Another thing that I also find cool too. So one of my favorite types of scarves to wear is like a leopard print scarf. I love wearing the leopard print scarf. And as you know, I recently found my half brothers, and they showed me a picture of my birth mother, and she's wearing almost an identical scarf to one that I have too, which I thought was kind of interesting too. So it was like a very similar in fashion statement there that like I was completely unaware of, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. So it's like, is style kind of like, is there like a, I don't know. I mean, style, style is your own. Like, is it environmental or is it like genetic? Is it, I don't know. I think it's really kind of both, depending there too. Cause, I love the scarves. My Aunt Jill used to wear a lot of really fashionable scarves too. So I do like wearing scarves. They're fun. But not on warmer days. And I know the temperatures have been a little bit, a little bit warmer. So still have yet to wear some. Today's also National Day of Forgiveness, recognized today on September 27th. It's a day to encourage us to develop realistic methods for incorporating forgiveness in our lives. Forgiveness is a potential tool on a journey of spiritual, mental, emotional, as well as physical health also. The act of forgiveness is powerful, but granted, forgiveness is more than just an act, it's also a process too. What it does, of course, is it teaches us about ourselves as much as it also teaches us about others too. When you go and there's times when you're like, oh, I'll just forgive you. But when it comes to like a true forgiveness, it's definitely a process too. It can develop into a practice also that teaches us to value compassion, kindness, and love as well. Whether a person suffers from mental or emotional grief, pain, or trauma, forgiveness can set us on a path of healing as well too. So it means a lot of different things to different people. It can be a way to help continue a relationship, approving of another person's behavior, or even, actually those are under the myths. So that's under the myths, really, what it is what I meant to say. Because I was reading through this. Wait a minute, that doesn't sound quite right. But it's under myths and forgiveness here on my page. So again, absolutely. And also say too, when you forgive others, it's also a way of also helping to heal yourself too. There's times when you can also do it for yourself so that you can also move on as well too. It does. It really can set us free, allow us to begin the process of healing for ourselves as well too. So that is also a day recognized today, National Forgiveness Day, and some of the also benefits as well, including discovering maybe something you didn't know about yourself or another person too. So thus, National Day of Forgiveness, offering that opportunity to understand the benefits of forgiveness, relieving stress, anger. We give ourselves permission to stop living in the past as well. It can be beneficial also to our physical health as well. And it leads to the ability to cope with difficult and traumatic situations. So it definitely does help very much so. So that is also a day recognized and celebrated today on National Day calendar. Another day that's also recognized today, it's National Gay Men's HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. That is the last Friday in September. It gives awareness day, building awareness and increasing education about the disease. The day also focuses on finding ways to eliminate the disease. There are a lot of different sources out there, of course. LGBTQ plus communities, of course, that can also help you as well. Of course, we have the internet, which should be able to help you as well there too, but also talking to a person about it as well. It can be kind of a touchy subject, of course. Maybe something a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's good to understand it too. And for those who have it too, it's important for the need to understand the importance of uninterpreted treatment too. Since HIV weakens the immune system, it's important to maintain a vaccine schedule too, of course, as well too. So how to observe, of course, learn more about prevention and risks. There's actually lots of different websites that you can go to: AIDS.gov, CDC.gov, AIDSinfo.nih.gov, which gives actually a complete overview of the disease, research, and also more too. And you can also post it on social media as well. It was recognized as the first day back in 2008. It launched the observance, which was brought to you by the National Association of People with AIDS. They brought that to attention to recognize it too. So that was found on nationaldaycalendar.com is one of those days. Now, we head on into National Today. We get into the National Today side of things, of course. You can also find some other days that are recognized. Oh my goodness. It's Ancestor Appreciation Day. No way. That is so cool. Well, I'm going to have to celebrate. I celebrate every day, though. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, I pretty much celebrate every day. Ancestor Appreciation Day. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. A holiday dedicated to all the families around the country, whether big or small. Every family is encouraged to make the most of this wonderful day. And even if you're not into genealogy as well, because I have to say, as someone who's very much into genealogy, I also can understand people who aren't interested, which a lot of people I've talked to before who are genealogists are like, I don't get it. Why would you not be interested? It's like, no, I can understand. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that maybe people don't want to talk about that's happened in their family, some trauma and things like that too. So sometimes the research, it's like, I just don't want to know. I have a lot of family members that are not interested in genealogy. They just don't want to know, and that's totally fine. But it's also a day recognized today for just appreciating family as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be involved with family research. It can also be, of course, living in the now too, with the family that you have living with you too. So it could also be, of course, a day to recognize where you can reach out to other family members, check up on them too. And of course, family can also mean, of course, the family that you make later in life as well too. So it's really just I would say a community appreciation day is a good way to look at it too. Of course, also genealogy as well. So, I do genealogy like every day. So every day's Ancestor Appreciation Day for me, really. So very, very cool. And again, there's lots of great websites that you can use as well on this day. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. And you know what? I have to say, I love genealogy so much. I'll go into the next segment talking a little bit about some suggestions on places you can go to, and we'll kind of tie it in with some of the local libraries because you can do some fun genealogy research. Stay tuned.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Bank of America Merrill Investments. An Elgin man is under arrest following an accident in Bartlett early Tuesday. 38-year-old Daniel Guzman of Elgin facing charges after fleeing a fiery crash that left 2 people injured. His Ford F-150 reportedly slamming into a Dodge Nitro on Route 25. Guzman fleeing the scene while witnesses worked to save the 2 people in the Dodge Nitro. Guzman was later arrested. In Elgin, a significant arrest was made following a violent domestic incident early on September 22nd. Police were alerted to a situation potentially involving gunfire. Jerome R. Mosley, 36, apprehended at his residence on South Street. Evidence at the scene confirming discharge of a firearm. Kane County State's Attorney has charged Mosley with aggravated domestic battery. Kane County has introduced a $755,000 food and farm resiliency grant program dedicated to adding local growers affected by the pandemic. Available to eligible food growing ventures, the grants range from $5,000 to $50,000. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bears host the Rams this Sunday afternoon. Chicago signed tight end Steven Carlson from the practice squad. They also hosted several players for tryouts. The Cubs pounded the Phillies 10-4. Philadelphia clinched the NL East title. The day prior, Cody Bellinger drove in 4 runs for Chicago. Philadelphia is seeking to secure home field advantage in the National League playoffs. The Cubs have already been eliminated.
Benintendi with a base hit to left. Sosa will score.
The action courtesy White Sox Radio. 3-2 the win over the Angels. The modern-day record for most losses in a season. We'll have to wait at least another day. The Sox are 37-120. They tied the 1962 Mets for the most losses in one season since 1900. If they can win their last 5 straight, they'll avoid setting the record.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN, AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We hope you are enjoying the day so far. Happy Friday, everybody. That's a day, of course, to look forward to because it means that we are getting closer to the weekend. Yes, we are getting closer to the weekend, and of course, that's something exciting. Maybe you've got some fun things coming up here too. Some fun things that you want to look forward to. Of course, lots of things that you can look forward to when it comes to today on Friday. Again, it is also, again, National Day today. We've got national, lots of days. The biggest one for me that I just discovered, I should have known this. Shame on me. I should have known this. National Ancestor Appreciation Day. I should have known, and yet I did not. Let me tell you, I do have quite a bit of, I will not bore you to death on all the ancestor stories I've had, but I will say I have lots of pictures of my ancestors hanging on my wall in my room. In the small room that I have, it is stuffed with pictures. I mean, almost all 4 corners of the walls have at least, I would say, maybe 5 pictures, big frames or small. There's a lot. I've got a lot. You know, as a day recognized today, it's something that I'm very passionate about and recognizing as well, too. So that being said, happy National Ancestor Appreciation Day today. I hope everyone is able to, you know, spend a day. And again, it doesn't even have to be, you know, doing genealogical research either, too. You know, it could also be something along the lines of, you know, just spending time with your family in person as well, too. You know, when it comes to genealogy. But you know what? It's also a day when people are encouraged to ask questions about their lineage. A day to spend time with family and add some interesting photographs to the family albums as well. So it's definitely a day to recognize. I definitely feel connection to the ancestors. I would say ever since I was like maybe around 12 or 13. The first time is when I really got interested in genealogy and family history. And I still, to this day, I'm just, you know, as you know, like I could do a whole show just on it because there's so much that I could talk about. Not just with my family, of course, but also tips and tricks on how to find and research your family, too. Identifying photographs and things like that. So there's lots of different ways. The thing I would say, too, just give a little tip, is to start off by talking to people that are alive. That's probably the best way to do it first. If you don't have any living relatives, of course, you can check out a lot of online resources as well. Ancestry.com is one of the biggest ones. They're Ancestry.com LLC, the American genealogy company based in Utah, the largest for-profit genealogy company in the world. I am subscribed to their website. It is a little pricey, but I pretty much use it every day, so it's not too bad for me because I do use it every day, and there are some great resources that you can check out. I also want to throw out there too, if you don't want to spend the amount of money on Ancestry.com, well, then of course there are other resources that you can also use as well. In fact, you can actually use Ancestry at the Gail Borden Library and other local libraries, but I know for Gail Borden, they actually do have it subscribed, so you can actually use it as well. You can even do a search on different genealogical books that are featured at the library I also recommend going to the second floor in the library too of Gail Borden Public Library. They do have their genealogical section there too. You can find, of course, lots of books. You can find resources. People are there to help you out. Also, public museums are a great resource that you can use. So public museums, including the Elgin Elgin History Museum. The Elgin History Museum on the third floor has their research center, and they're very helpful. They provided a couple pictures of some of my ancestors I had never seen before that were donated. So you can find a lot of great information too. Another great website is MyHeritage, another genealogical platform on the web. And a lot of other countries use this. So actually a lot of people from Russia use this one. I've seen a lot of Russian family trees on here that are in the in that alphabet in Russian language. Way more on MyHeritage than with Ancestry.com. So MyHeritage is another one. I don't use it as much, but it is also a good one to use as well too. So you can obtain, of course, family tree information, uploading and browsing through photos. And I also advise too, when it comes to finding family pictures too, outside of relatives, trying to go onto each website is good too, because sometimes there's been multiple times when I found distant relative photos that were on one particular website that were not on all the other ones that I looked through. So that's another way. A free one that you can use is actually a Genealogical Society of Utah nonprofit organization that is actually operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It is Family Search. Now, this one is actually a really good one, especially if you are looking for records in smaller areas, smaller countries, especially if you're looking for records maybe within like the Caribbean area, because I was able to find some stuff on some of my ancestors that came from the British West Indies that are not on any of the other websites. And it's for free. You can use it for free, which is really, really cool too. They have some awesome scan documents on there. You can research books. You can research different village books too, and town books. So like history books on specific towns are actually available on Family Search. So this is actually a really good one that I recommend using too, especially if you don't want to have to pay a whole lot of money. This is a really good one to use. I highly, highly recommend it. It really is free. It's really free. And the thing is, with them being also tied with the Church of the Latter-day Saints, they are very proud of their family history and researching family history as well too. So that's something very important. Also, there's some other ones out there too that you can use. You can use Genie.com. There's another one out there too, Cindy's List, which is a free genealogy starting point. So Cindy's List, what they do is they offer different links. It's also a really good one to use, especially if you're looking for different states, categories, related categories when it comes to heritage, Ellis Island, Native American, African American, Mayflower Pilgrims, and Plymouth Colony, and so much more too. So a lot of these great websites to check out there that you can view for yourself. And again, I could go on a tangent, not really tangent, but I could talk about it for hours, which I won't do because we only have so much time. But it's definitely a day to recognize today. That is on nationaltoday.com. Very cool and exciting. Some other days that are also recognized today as well is the Morning Show Hosts Day. Wow. I'm telling you, this is quite the day today. It's not only its Genealogy Day, which I love, it's also Morning Show Hosts Day today. A day dedicated to getting to know the personalities behind your favorite morning show. Now, of course, this also could entail, of course, the bigger companies, ABC7, things like that too. Morning show hosts are picked for a variety of reasons. Of course, I was picked to do a little bit more of the morning for the 10 to 1 because, of course, I am very passionate about the arts and entertainment, talking about food and restaurants within the Fox River Valley, talking about things that are coming up in the area too, doing a lot of that research. And, of course, I also love doing the screen sharing as well. So having that within the 10 to 1 is also really nice too to kind of start off your later morning. Now, of course, we can also, of course, give recognition to Marky B for his first shift morning show from 6 to 10 o'clock. And if you want to read a little bit more about that too, you can visit our website, WRMN1410.com. If you go under the weekly lineup, you'll be able to find it there too, under the first thing that is for local programming starting each day. Local programming, 6 to 10 a.m. The first shift. So recognize also today, and I'd say every day during the week, the first shift, Out to Lunch, for the morning shows. We enjoy, of course, giving you that morning content, morning in a good way, not morning like in a bad, like I'm sad, I'm in mourning way, but also, of course, recognizing things that are happening as well, too. So it's not just fun and entertainment. There's also times when we, of course, do also present and recognize serious subjects as well, too. So that's the first shift from 6 to 10 a.m. and then Out to Lunch from 10 until 1. All about the community here, of course, with WRMN. And we will, of course, want to thank the morning hosts of all the different shows out there, too. So very, very cool. I also say, of course, thanks to the morning hosts for the Saturday shows. Coming up tomorrow on Saturday, we've got Mike and Derek with On the Rise from 8 to 10. We've got from 10 to 12, The Truth About Chicago Sports with Marcus Mack as well. And I also would include here, too, also a little bit more into the afternoon time, 12 to 1. We've got here Michael Tuman coming up on Saturday for Chief Guard of the Republic. So, of course, getting you to start, pardon me, throughout your morning, of course, throughout the week here with our morning shows with the first shift and also Out to Lunch. And then, of course, on the weekends that we have for Saturdays with On the Rise and Truths About Chicago Sports and also Chief Guard of the Republic. Again, here on WRMN, we are in the works of having 7 days a week, 6 to 6, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. local programming. So we are in the works with that too. And not only is it a day, of course, to recognize morning show hosts, we also want to, of course, recognize all the different hosts on all different radio stations and platforms that work hard to bring you content, news, entertainment, and so much more. So it's a day to give all the morning hosts, and any host too, a pat on the back for all the hard work that they do anywhere too. So very cool. It's another great day to also recognize today as well too. So very, very cool. It is 11:45. I'm going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with more awesome content.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400 and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 in Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry out, or dine in. Visit Mazzianos.com. Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN, AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We hope you are enjoying the show so far. If you want to be a part of the conversation, feel free to comment live. We're on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. If you would like to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell, like the video, you can keep up to date with what's happening here on WRMN, and of course also with what's happening in the Fox River Valley. Now, again, we've had lots of great days today, mentioned today on today's holidays for National Day Calendar and National Today. There's actually a whole lot of other ones on the list today, too. So if you want to check out more information on that, that's nationaltoday.com, nationaltoday.com. We've got Brendan commenting here in the comments. I had pizza for lunch today. Sounds delicious. A nice Friday pizza lunch. Very good. Now, Brendan, I have to ask you, if you want to, as you're being part of the conversation here, what kind of pizza did you have? Was it regular cheese? Was it pepperoni? Do you like anchovies on your pizza? Or are you kind of a pineapple type pizza person? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what kind of pizza you had. So I also wanted to talk about here, too, because I can't help myself. It's National Ancestor Appreciation Day today. So I want to talk about local libraries and where you can find genealogical information, because they are there to also help you out as well. When it comes to genealogy research, you not only have to, you don't always have to use just online. There's also, of course, in person, and there's lots of things that you can also find as well too in person that you won't find online, especially when it comes to a lot of the different newspaper articles, birth announcements, and things like that as well too. So there's a lot that you can find when it comes to that. And actually, coming up here at the Wheaton Public Library, there is an event, and this is coming up here. This is under the Genealogy and Virtual event, and this is coming up here. This is a virtual meeting tomorrow on Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Now, this is a program or event called Don't Forget to Misspell: Getting the Most from Online Newspaper Research. Now, I also could say that this does also apply to doing genealogical research. Sometimes, or lots of times, family names are misspelled because when, of course, censuses were taken, a lot of it, if not most of it, was done phonetically too. So a person might say their last name, and it might have been said maybe in a British accent, and they, of course, are going to spell it out the way that they hear it as well too. I mean, there's even a census record. I have an ancestor whose last name was Evan, and of course she broke British. She was from India, lived in the British West Indies, and on the census her last name is written as Avon, like Avon Jewelry, but we know it's Evan, so it was like, oh, she probably pronounced it with the British accent as Evan, and so they heard it as Avon, like spelled that way, so that's how they spelt it. So that's also important too. So don't forget to misspell. This is coming up. If you feel like you're missing something when researching online newspapers, whether you're using AI or your own version to hunt and peck, it might be easy to miss the rich detail of our ancestors' lives that was once written in black and white. This session is going to provide tips for searching for details of the lives of our elusive kin in the digital world too. So I have to say it is important too. If there's times, it's important also when it comes to researching online databases for genealogy to misspell stuff. You know, like if you have a family last name that could also be spelled a different way, to plug it in both ways or multiple different ways, because you never know, you might be able to find certain things that you didn't before. Brendan says here he had cheese pizza for lunch today. Oh, very good. A nice classic cheese pizza. Hey, you know what? That's the way to go. A nice classic cheese pizza. Nothing wrong with that, even to keep it simple too. Sometimes the simpler things like that are the most enjoyable. So thank you, Brendan, for being a part of the conversation and listening today here on WRMN. So again, this is a program that's co-sponsored by the DuPage County Genealogical Society. There is a Zoom webinar and meeting as well too. So that information has actually been posted on the Wheaton Public Library catalog, which you can even just do a program search on that. You can even just look up genealogy and find everything that's coming up in the future, or even also books and other resources that you can find as well too. They've got one already in stock here at the Wheaton Library, a map guide to German parish registers, the Imperial Province of Alsace-Lorraine. Really? Because I have ancestors from there, I might have to do that, because I can't find anything in that area online. I'm taking a picture of this on my phone so that see, I'm telling you, you can find stuff at libraries that you won't find online too. Very, very cool. So that is something I also really encourage too, as well. You can find a lot of different books on some great things, different sources, resources. Bartlett Library has something called e-sources, so there are things on the web that you can check out too, especially when it comes to all different things. They have Heritage Quest online for genealogy that you can check out. They also have in-library use for Ancestry online too. You can also find different cultural books as well. So maybe you have a specific culture in your family and you want to learn a little bit more. You can do research at libraries and online to find that information. So here at the Bartlett Library, they actually do have their e-sources. Of course, you would need a valid Bartlett Public Library District card. If you have a barcode and passport handy, that'll get you in. Unless you've changed it, your passport defaults to that 4-digit PIN they put on here too on their website. And of course, there's also a list of information on how to obtain your library card. At the Algonquin Area Public Library, there are, of course, some genealogical resources to help you with genealogical research, offering a number of online resources along with materials that you can also check out. They also do have here also in person their Ancestry, Archive Grid, Chicago Tribune, Access, Chicagoland News, Digital Past, which includes books and pamphlets, photographs, and maps related to the history of Algonquin, Lake in the Hills, and McHenry County. Family Search is also featured on there, another one, Fold 3, for U.S. military records as well, U.S. Major Daily News, and so much more that you can find at these local libraries. So one of them being here, the Algonquin Area Public Library. Some other things, of course, genealogical groups. There are lots of different groups that you can join within the area that offer genealogy. Of course, there's also a lot of different Facebook pages too. I'm a part of a lot of different Facebook groups that offer genealogy. I would also, also include there too, different what's happening in Elgin, St. Charles. Sometimes you'll be able to find postings on there too when it comes to genealogy as well. So there's actually a genealogy group coming up here at the Bartlett Public Library that's coming up on the 9th of October from 10:30 a.m. to 12. If you're building your family tree, you can come learn from and also share your knowledge with other genealogists. It's a relaxed, fun atmosphere. Beginner to experienced genealogists are welcome. So even if you are a rookie at it, that's totally fine too, that you can check out. That's at the Bartlett Public Library District at 800 South Bartlett Road in Bartlett. Of course, you can just check out lots of different genealogical resources that are also featured here too. You can find one at the St. Charles Public Library as well, so they do offer genealogical research there too. You need to kind of knock down some of those brick walls, which is a term that we use in genealogy when you can't get past a certain ancestor or a certain time frame. That's called what we call a brick wall. So You can find a lot of trees like that on Ancestry that say, a person's name and then brick wall underneath it. Part of their last name. It just means that there's a brick wall there. So again, cool things to check out. Lots of different programs, other upcoming events that you can find. This is all featured on these local libraries. Of course, the St. Charles Public Library, Gale Borden Public Library also has a lot of books. They also do have regular meetings there too that you can check out. So lots of different resources. So many that I could cover, but we only have so much time. So again, the online ways to go, of course, not only though, in person, with the library, with family members. A day to recognize today. Absolutely, too. So that is recognized today. Very cool. Very, very cool. This does wrap it up here for the second hour of Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. When we come back into the 12 o'clock hour, we'll talk more here. Of course, give you more content, information, things that are happening, and more. So stay tuned for that. Again, you're listening to WRMN AM 1410. Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
Oakcrest Residence is marking 120 years of continuous service for older adults, a private, non-for-profit community organization offering cutting-edge solutions for seniors with emphasis on personal choice and innovative programs. Located at 204 South State Street, you'll find short-term and permanent living along with daily options. This building is worth a visit, blended with style and surrounded with historic significance. Make sure to ask to see the Cellar Pub, a resource available for private group rental. Really, this place has it all. During this 120th anniversary celebration year, the community is invited to join in for free lunches and programs. For more information, visit oakcrestatrium.org. That's oakcrestatrium.org.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. In Elgin, a significant arrest was made following a violent domestic incident. Early on September 22nd, police were alerted to a situation potentially involving gunfire. Jerome R. Mosley, 36, apprehended at his residence on South Street. Evidence at the scene confirming discharge of a firearm. Kane County State's Attorney has charged Mosley with aggravated domestic battery. Kane County has introduced a $755,000 food and farm resiliency grant program dedicated to adding local growers affected by the pandemic. Available to eligible food growing ventures, the grants range from $5,000 to $50,000. An Elgin man is under arrest following an accident in Bartlett early Tuesday. 38-year-old Daniel Guzman of Elgin facing charges after fleeing a fiery crash that left 2 people injured. His Ford F-150 reportedly slamming into a Dodge Nitro on Route 25. Guzman fleeing the scene while witnesses worked to save the 2 people in the Dodge Nitro. Guzman was later arrested. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
The lightest, fluffiest pancakes are calling your name at JoJo's Diner, 1935 West Gulf Road in Schaumburg. JoJo's has a huge breakfast menu featuring skillets, eggs Benedict, and so much more. Don't stop at breakfast. JoJo's also offers great burgers, sandwiches, and shakes. And for mouth-watering prime rib, try JoJo's for dinner. They have such a versatile menu. JoJo's Diner is family-owned and operated, and it's one of Schaumburg's best-kept secrets. Visit jojosdiner.com today.
This summer, get outside and enjoy a quick round of golf at the Twin Lakes Golf Course in Palatine. Twin Lakes features an executive 9-hole golf course with a driving range, cafe, and pro shop. Just starting the game, lessons are available. Take a couple of hours for yourself and stop at the Twin Lakes Rec area off Northwest Highway and hit the links. For a tee time, call 847-934-6050.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Cubs pounded the Phillies 10-4. Philadelphia clinched the NL East title. The day prior, Cody Bellinger drove in 4 runs for Chicago. Philadelphia is seeking to secure home field advantage in the National League playoffs. The Cubs have already been eliminated.
Benintendi with a base hit to left. Sosa will score.
The action courtesy White Sox Radio. 3-2 the win over the Angels. The modern-day record for most losses in a season. We'll have to wait at least another day. The Sox are 37-120. They tied the 1962 Mets for the most losses in one season since 1900. If they can win their last 5 straight, they'll avoid setting the record. The Bears host the Rams this Sunday afternoon. Chicago signed tight end Stephen Carlson from the practice squad. They also hosted several players for tryouts.
Bundle auto and home, renters, or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or...
What makes a great pizza restaurant? The obvious answer, great pizza. A local favorite since 1983, Pizza Pub Wisconsin Dells has been serving up the best pizza in the Dells. Year after year after year. Not hungry for pizza? Try the homemade lasagna, chicken parmesan, burgers, salads, and an extensive kids menu. Or take a trip or two to the all-you-care-to-eat lunch buffet. Pizza Pub, walking distance to water parks and hotels in Wisconsin Dells. Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of fun. Home to more than 2,200 animals, representing over 340 different species. The zoo educates, entertains, and inspires. Stomp back in time with the zoo's summer exhibit, Dinosaur Discovery, sponsored by Sendik's Food Market. You'll be astounded by the gigantic and scientifically accurate animatronic displays. Touch, feel, and learn about the role of predators in the ecosystem. Running through October 5th. Visit milwaukeezoo.org.
All right, welcome folks to the 12 o'clock hour of Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We hope you are enjoying your Friday now afternoon as we hit it off with our afternoon segment here, 12 o'clock segment. And of course, at around 12:30 or so, we're going to also be in our Tradio segment. So if you are interested in buying, selling, trading, and or announcing to the Fox River Valley area, of course, you can feel free to call the number 847-931-1410. Of course, you can also contact our Image 360 info number at 505-926-1410. Now, of course, as talk of the town here, we're WRMN, but there is also another talk of the town that you, of course, I'm sure, are very familiar with, and that is the event coming up October 19th, which I am so thrilled for. It's Nightmare on Chicago Street. Well, we have a very special guest in-house today in studio. Please welcome, of course, we have Fred Wims here with us today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. This is going to be a lot of fun. So for those of you who don't know, this is Fred Wims. He is the Community Resource Coordinator. Do you want to do a little introduction on yourself, how long you've been as a resource coordinator?
Yeah, I've been, I like to call it CRC, since about 5 years now, going on to my 6th year. And I've been with Nightmare on Chicago Street since 2011. I'm one of the originators. Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So did you, I mean, you had, you have a lot of say in what goes on.
Yeah. I'm the artistic director. So, pretty much everything visual, I have my foot in it. Right. So from the prop making to the set design to even costumes, how what I build is kind of relays into what the event be, even come up with the theme, stuff like that. So,
oh, that's so much fun. I bet you always just have a lot of fun doing that.
Oh man, it's such a enjoyable thing. If it wasn't, I guess I wouldn't be here for so long.
So what got you interested in being in this position, and what kind of sparked your artistic interest in this?
So I actually before I did this Nightmare on Chicago Street, I was doing haunted houses at my own home. Oh, cool. So like a home haunt. It was at my parents' house in the garage in the driveway, and we had a good amount of people come. I would say about 500 people.
Oh wow!
So it was something I was interested in, but I was more interested in fine arts. I'm a painter. I can build and design sculptures and stuff like that. So that was really my bedrock. But it was one thing led to one thing, and I was approached to kind of be interested in doing something like Nightmare, and I was like maybe, and I ran for it, and next I became the guy. So
that's very, very cool. Yeah, and I mean, with Nightmare and those who have been to Nightmare before, of course, you know that it takes a lot of time and energy to put this on. It takes a lot of time. I mean,
we start about. I mean, we kind of say that you work on Nightmare all year.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
For me, I actually start about 6 months out, usually on building and design. And this year, I feel like we haven't had the full 6 months to work, but it's still it takes a lot of time. And not just the building side, the planning side. Like I said, it's pretty much all year. We come up with an idea and date like the year before, and then starting of the new year, and right after the holidays, we're like, okay, so what we're gonna do? What's this gonna be? What's the theme? And we try to get the people together. There is a Nightmare committee, and with the committee ideas, kind of like the front of ideas of what Nightmare is gonna be for that year, and then it starts.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I love going every year. WRMN loves being a part of it. This year, we're going to be at the station. So we're going to be stationed out in front, right in front of where the gate is. So we're going to be, of course, getting interviews and doing some fun stuff like that, too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's also great vendors, of course, too. So I'm sure you also, so do you work with the vendors, or is that a different department?
Yeah, so that's mostly the vendors. I'm part of it, so part of choosing and trying to figure out what comes to it. But I don't actually work hand in hand with the vendors. That would be Amanda Harris and Peter, that's over the special events. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I have to ask too, because I know that we didn't have it for a couple of years because of the pandemic.
COVID. Yeah.
So how was that? How was that process of eventually, trying to figure out? I mean, because none of us knew how long it was going to.
Yeah. So
go
actually,
for that level. Of that
level. So when COVID did happen, even though that Nightmare didn't happen, we still did a Halloween event. It was Little Park of Horrors. And that was pretty much most of the team that does Nightmare as well. So even though Nightmare was gone, we still try to produce something for 2 years during COVID. Then coming out of COVID, it was kind of like up in the air. Is it timed enough to start it? And since this was from the people who said yes, they're like, bring it back. And we did. And they was right. It was one of the first years we made. I think we made over $80,000 that year.
Wow.
And that's thinking of the event itself was like about $500,000. So that's almost $600,000 that this event made back. So it's very successful. People love it. Not just the people of Elgin, but people outside of Elgin. It brings a lot of interest from outside our town, outside the state, and outside this country. So it's one of those events that we can now consider a global event,
Yeah,
so.
That's really cool. Have you ever met anyone that came, because you said outside of the country too. Have you met
There's
people?
a family from Japan that comes every year.
Wow.
I actually got to see them in Japan last year. So
that is so cool.
Yeah.
I remember hearing someone from New York that came by, but I didn't know from outside of the country too. That's really cool.
Yep. And then a family they have family here, but there's a family that comes from California. It's their kids and they come back. And that's awesome. It is awesome to hear those stories that make you feel warm.
Yeah.
And it's literally an event of the community. Even though it seems so high level, but it's still at the base level. It's community. It's people, the part of the community that builds it, and people are part of the community that comes to it, and then we just welcome the doors to everyone else, right?
Absolutely.
And see how great downtown Elgin is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though it's throwing blood and guts and flipping cars,
But there's also other elements to it too that are a lot of fun. Of course, with the food trucks, with the entertainment. I also something that I also like to do a lot too. Is going into all the different businesses that are open.
Yes.
That's also a lot of fun too.
So the whole point of Nightmare was to kind of showcase our downtown. So it was open for us to say, partner with the business and be open and kind of show what you do and what you are and kind of be a new front to these new people that never been downtown Elgin, or the people that have lived in Elgin that maybe not ventured to your restaurant or your store. So it's definitely a big partnership with all the local business downtown.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when I go into those businesses here in downtown, of course, there's lots of really cool businesses, but I would say, like, as a lot of young people say, it hits different.
Yeah.
Like when you're in, like when it's Nightmare and you go into, for example, What Nots and Whimsies, which is one of my favorite antique stores in the area. It's like, it's packed and people are in costumes and it almost makes the store seem even creepier because it's all antiques and stuff. And it's a really cool experience. You can go to, of course, the Blue Box, all those other wonderful places, get some coffee, food. So
and it helps the event out. It's a layer cake, right? We need more layers to go. Better, richer the cake becomes. Almost to so much is like, so you can't eat it all, right? You got to come back the next year to see the other part of the cake. You can't eat. And Wins Out and Winsies, they have performers in their windows. They have dancers. So not only they open their doors, but they become part of like I said, layers that cake up, makes the event even better. Other than that, I would like to say this year it's theme, and I'll tell you, breaking news. It is Tales from What Remains, which is a mashup between Tales of the Crypt and Reading Rainbow.
Okay, very cool.
We smashed those two together and are selling stories. There are QR codes on these back of these postcards.
Yep.
And there's each street tells a different story. So we have the street we're on, which is Kingdom of Plantai, which is kind of plant-based monsters. So it's really cool. So you get your Audrey too, and things like that. Then there's Grove, which is Circus the Freak, which is circus and freak shows and carny kind of feel. And then Chicago Street, which is our base ground of Nightmare on Chicago Street, which is always going to stay the safe zone, zombie infected, post-apocalypse. And then the top part of Chicago Street is called What Lurks in the Shadows. So you're definitely nightmares, the urban legends. And then the other side of Douglas, which turns into Grove, is the home of Svengoolie. So it's Svengoolie B Movie Boulevard. And that's kind of like your B movies and 1950s and 40s, the golden age of horror.
Yeah, the classics.
Yeah. And then past that is which we started last year, is our Latin horror, Plaza McClellan. So it's based on the Aztec underworld, like afterlife.
Very cool. I didn't realize, I never really even pieced that together that there were themes. Is this something new you're doing this year?
Yeah, so it's new starting last year, but this year is new that we kind of like embedded it in our marketing, into our storylines. Like I said, we have 6 different stories. There's more than 6 different areas, but we have 6 stories that we kind of showcase of like what's downtown Elgin for Nightmare in Chicago. And yeah, so we're just highlighting them and making them more apparent, like, hey, these are the things you're looking at. So then you can like kind of mingle around a little bit more, because kind of what happens sometimes, you mingle for a little bit and then you find your spot. You're like, oh, this is the best stage, music, food's good right here. I'm staying here. We like that you do that, but we also want you to kind of move around and see like the other parts of it. And that's kind of why we broke it up, so you can be a venture out and see all the different versions of what your nightmare can be, right?
Yeah, that's actually a really cool strategy that you decided to do that too. And we actually do have some of those in Redemption Center over there. So folks, if you want to come in on Saturday, we're open from 9 to 12. There's still some that you can get. They're all stationed around downtown Elgin, right?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, you talking about the postcards?
The postcards, yeah.
Yeah. So the postcards, which is really cool. It's not only each postcard has a QR code to a different story. So the story will lead you to a golden ticket. And a golden ticket is actually kind of like Charlie and Chocolate Factory and the golden ticket to get into the chocolate factory. Well, these are the same idea. So when we first ran the golden ticket, it was like a $1,500 worth of prizes. So you get 4 free tickets to get in early, because also this year we have early arrival. So you can come in an hour early before anyone else. So it's our VIP status. A VIP parking, 4 food vouchers, and merchandise for a full merchandise for one person. So it's like $1,500 worth of gifts. And we did this golden tickets within places throughout Elgin and outside. This is the Fox Valley area actually, and people loved it. All the golden tickets are gone. So it went well that we decided to do another version of it. So we have the silver ticket, kind of for the Olympics at the time, right? So the silver ticket is out. Same idea. You can use the same cards to get to the stories, but the riddles and stuff are different. When you find a golden ticket, it's hidden within a book inside of it. So there's still 2 left. So go out there and find them.
That is really cool. I was kind of on the search for it, and I found, I think, 3 ones in total out of the 6. So and I think that the little, like, would you say it's kind of like a rhyme poem that's on there too is really cool as well.
Oh, thank you.
Gets you into the spirit for sure. So
thank you.
Very, very cool. So nightmareonchicagostreet.com is the website to go to. Of course, I'll share it on the screen for people who are watching on YouTube. You can go there, save the date for October 19th. It's already 22 days away, and very much so looking forward to it. So much fun. And they really are just, it's just such a cool, really cool thing. Yeah, there's the poem there. Which is pretty cool. And you can also find information, of course, for volunteering, even for next year as well. So if people want to volunteer, there's information on that as well too. So very, very cool. You can even use the hashtag Elgin NOCS. You can find them on Facebook. I do follow them on Facebook as well, so I try to keep up to date, of course. Very much enjoy that as well. I love looking at like the pictures, and I mean, like, we even have I'll see if I can share it on the screen here. We have pictures from what we've done in the previous years. So in the previous years that we've been stationed, we've done some fun things as well. We've had our WRMN table set up. We've dressed up. There's me in a costume there, and we have like fun little activities and fun things to do too. So that's always a lot of fun. as well too. So very exciting. Of course, I'm very much looking forward to it. I know you are too, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a different way though, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So is there any other information that you wanted to present to people here too?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, the tickets are on sale. They're $35 now, but if you wait till the day of, it would go up to $40. VIP tickets are on sale. There are $50 a ticket, and that's for that early arrival. You get in before everyone else, and if you know you've been to Nightmare, there is a line.
Yes.
You can beat that line if you buy that VIP pass, and you would get in and be able to get drinks, see some entertainment before anyone else. We have a VIP experience for you guys. We also have VIP parking still left. And when I say still left, it's very few. So if you want one, get it now. And we got some more surprises and some new things other than the years before, but we still have Svengoolie coming out and signing autographs and doing our costume contests. Our costume contest is going to be bigger and better. Make sure you sign up so you can get registered at Side Street Studios, which is a partnership we have with Side Street. And also thinking about Side Street, I'll put that out there right now. It's Fringe Fest. If you if you guys are around and want to do something now and wait for Nightmare, come down and come out and see some fringy activities in downtown Elgin.
Very, very cool. Yeah, that's another cool thing too. The Elgin Fringe Fest, which is still happening now until the 29th.
Yes.
So if you want to come on out too, that's going to be, of course, lots of fun. Have you been out yet there?
Yeah. So I'm actually the president and board of Side Street as well.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
And yeah, I actually housing some fringe activities at my house. So there's some people that came from out of state. They're staying here to be here to entertain and put on shows here in Elgin. It's awesome.
I think the Fringe Fest is really cool too because it encourages, artistic experimentation. It lets people come on out and, show off their artwork, express themselves, and I think that is really, really cool.
Yeah,
too.
and it's on a free base system, so it's not like these shows have been judged in place. It's literally open for artists to explore themselves and give out whatever that is they want. So you will see a wide range of shows.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Very, very cool. So for Nightmare on Chicago Street, we still have a couple minutes left here.
Yeah.
What are some of the favorite props? I mean, I know there's a lot.
There is a lot.
But
I would like to say every year there's a new favorite, and then there's things that are like in my book of favorites. In my book of favorites is definitely the yellow airplane crash in the parking deck.
Yes.
She is like one of my favorites. Like it was the first craziest thing to do. I was like, I want to crash it and I want to be above people's head, and they're like, no way. And I was like, no, I can do it. I can do it safely. I promise you. So now it's been kind of like our icon for this event. Like when the plane goes out, everyone knows Nightmare's here. The other thing behind that plane in this image is the Zombies Coming, which is actually the homecoming sign for Elgin High.
Yeah, I know they have the school bus.
Yeah,
also
the school
too.
bus.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. And that's kind of like that was like a first year prop it comes back every year. And it has like some dangling bloody feet from it with shoes.
Yeah.
Those are the things that like, when I see it makes me like, my little sad cry. Then every year there's something new, right? And it adds on that list. There's cryo tanks that I love that go around the Advocate Park right by Chicago in spring. The Haunted House trailers, which are getting reamped this year.
Nice.
Those are like a special in my heart. What else? There's some new things that I kind of want to tease about, but let's just say that there's something about it's going to go in Svengoolie, B-Movie Boulevard that's just appropriate, correct for the setting. And they're giant and they're big and will include entertainment. That's all I can say more than that.
Very cool. Very cool.
But other than that, let me see. Oh yeah, Audrey too, and that was a prop that we actually built for Little Park in Harris. That we was like, this thing's so cool, we can't just put it in storage forever. It has to come back out, and it came back out when we came out of COVID. So that one's kind of dear to my heart as well in the favorite list. And then there's something that's really small and actually had its last year, and it's a zombie dog we call Rover, and it gets lost every year, and then someone finds it every year, and then brings it back to us. Yes, so it's like one of the like most special things, but it's been deteriorating, so it got to the point that we have to like put her for a second rest. So but yeah, so those are the things.
Yeah, there's a lot. Again, you can also get good food there too.
Oh yeah,
lots of different food trucks, and of course going into the local businesses as well. Another thing also too that I like about Nightmare too is that it's safe.
Yes.
And you know, we had earlier today on Marky B's show, we had Chief Anna Lally in, and she was talking a little bit about how it's, you know, she's always got to be on her guard when it comes to the Nightmare events, because they keep it very safe. And that's also important too. So that's also really good.
Oh yeah, and it's always getting better and better for like safeness. Always challenge and find holes and how we can improve and better. It's one of the safest events I know in that size that I've been to. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, because we got about 30 seconds or 45 seconds or so, what do you hope people can get out of this event who have never been before?
I hope them to come and enjoy with their friends and family, and that's literally what I want. I made something out of my imagination, and you're gonna make real memories at it, and that brings me happiness every time.
Awesome. It shows that what you did was successful.
Oh, thank
and what,
you.
Of course, the city of Elgin, everyone else involved is successful too. So we as WRMN are very excited to, of course, also be a part of it as well out in front. So we're looking forward to it. We won't steal the show because it's Nightmare on Chicago Street, but we do also want to, of course, we'll keep promoting it. I'll keep promoting it here too. And we're looking forward to it. So thank you so much for joining us today. And again, people, you can find more information on nightmareonchicagostreet.com. Again, that's nightmareonchicagostreet.com for more info. Thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Folks, we're going to take a quick time out, and then we'll be back with more, of course, Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned. We'll also be in our Tradio segment. We'll be back in just a bit.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Bank of America Merrill Investments. An Elgin man is under arrest following an accident in Bartlett early Tuesday. 38-year-old Daniel Guzman of Elgin facing charges after fleeing a fiery crash that left 2 people injured. His Ford F-150 reportedly slamming into a Dodge Nitro on Route 25. Guzman fleeing the scene while witnesses worked to save the 2 people in the Dodge Nitro. Guzman was later arrested. In Elgin, a significant arrest was made following a violent domestic incident early on September 22nd. Police were alerted to a situation potentially involving gunfire. Jerome R. Mosley, 36, apprehended at his residence on South Street. Evidence at the scene confirming discharge of a firearm. Kane County State's Attorney has charged Mosley with aggravated domestic battery. Kane County has introduced a $755,000 food and farm resiliency grant program dedicated to adding local growers affected by the pandemic. Available to eligible food growing ventures, the grants range from $5,000 to $50,000. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, You know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Benintendi with a base hit to left. Sosa will score.
The action courtesy White Sox Radio. 3-2 the win over the Angels. The modern-day record for most losses in a season. We'll have to wait at least another day. The Sox are 37-120. They tied the 1962 Mets for the most losses in one season since 1900. If they can win their last 5 straight, they'll avoid setting the record. The Cubs pounded the Phillies 10-4. Philadelphia clinched the NL East title the day prior. Cody Bellinger drove in 4 runs for Chicago. Philadelphia is seeking to secure home field advantage in the National League playoffs. The Cubs have already been eliminated. The Bears host the Rams this Sunday afternoon. Chicago signed tight end Stephen Carlson from the practice squad. They also hosted several players for tryouts.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch. And of course, you know what time it is. It's our Tradio segment. If you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, feel free to give me a call today. That's 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410 is that number to dial. Again, 847-931-1410 is that number to call into. So if you are interested, again, in buying, selling, trading, and or announcing to the Fox River Valley area, again, that's 847-931-1410. 847-931-1410. Of course, you can also contact our Image 360 number at 505-926-1410. Again, 505-926-1410. Of course, there too. If you don't feel comfortable doing presenting your Tradio information on the airwaves, so there's an additional way to do that. Or, of course, you can also email me, Matt McNeil, at WRMN1410.com. Of course, that's where you can also email me that way too. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Friday afternoon and, of course, having a wonderful day. It's mostly cloudy outside today, but still a beautiful day. It's Friday. We're getting closer to the weekend. Again, 847-931-1410. We do have a caller on hold, so let's take it to the phone lines here. Hi there, caller. You're on. Oh. Hi there, caller. You're on with WRMN.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Today I have DVD sets. The first one is Gilmore Girls. I have the full 7 seasons plus A Year in the Life. And they're in good condition, and I'd like to sell the full set. I would like to ask $100. Feel free to give me a call. So that's one. And then I have two more. One is just 4 seasons of Castle, and they're all DVDs, good shape. And then the next one is Boston Legal, the first 4 seasons. So that's if you're interested in those. Then I still have this beautiful keyboard, the Yamaha, and I bought it from Weaver Music, so it's an instrument. It's not just something you pick up at a store. And it's I'm asking $200 for it. It's got the full keyboard, and it's beautiful sounds, and you can do all kinds of electronic stuff with it. And then the last piece is the 2 cemetery plots out at Lakewood Cemetery. I have to move, and these are in a beautiful location, and I'd rather keep them, but I'm going to have to sell them. And I'd really appreciate a call if someone could use them. My name is Maggie, and my number is 224-508-5532. Thanks. Have a great day.
And you as well, Maggie. Thanks so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Of course. Bye-bye now. All right, we have a Tradio caller number 1 today. This is Maggie. I know that she did call in, let's see, was a couple days ago she called in. She has 2 really good cemetery plots. They're located in Lakewood Cemetery. They're for sale. She, I think, originally paid, let's see here, yeah. So she has the 2 really good cemetery plots in Lakewood. And then she also has a very nice Yamaha keyboard. It has the full keyboard, and she is looking to sell it for $200. So she's looking to sell it for $200. She did call a couple days ago, so I'm just making sure I'm copying information plus also the new information. So she has here, yeah. So the 2 cemetery plots in Lakewood Cemetery are for sale. She also has here the beautiful Yamaha keyboard for $200 is the asking price on that. I think she originally paid $350, she said, I think, last time. And then she also does have some DVD sets for sale. The first set is Gilmore Girls. I love that show. That was a favorite of mine growing up and watching it with my mom, Gilmore Girls. 7 seasons, plus a year in the life also. They're in good condition, $100 for all of them put together. And then she also has 4 seasons of Castle, the show Castle, as well as Boston Legal, the first 4 seasons of those. So if anyone is interested, again, her name is Maggie. Feel free to give her a call. That number is 224-508-5532. Again, that's 224-508-5532 is that number to dial. Another Tradio caller here, Northwest West, calling in and mentioning the raffle fundraiser again for St. Mary's. They are having $10 a ticket with a chance to win 4 drawings, 3 $50 drawings, and then also so 4 drawings all put together. 3 of them are $50 drawings, and then the other one, the last one, is a $1,500 grand prize drawing. All winners are returned to the drawing, so you can actually win multiple times as well too, possibly. If you get lucky enough. If you are interested, you can give them a text or a call. That is 630-817-8880. Again, 630-817-8880. Another Tradio caller here has an adjustable twin XL bed for sale. Has a remote that comes with it also. The asking price is $200 for it. So if you are interested in that, that number is 847-830-7199. Again, 847-830-7199. Another Tradio caller here has the rifle, pistol, and shotgun reloading equipment, and also the supplies that come with it too. So if you want to reach out to him, that number is 847-341-8546. 847-341-8546. Another Tradio caller here has some plus-size dresses, pants, and shirts. They're ladies for 3X and 4X. If anyone's interested, that number is 847-533-4999. 4673. Again, 847-533-4673. Another Tradio caller here has 2 cemetery lots in Chapel Hill Garden West in the Oak Brook. Looking to sell them. They've never been used. $3,500 for both of them, and it also includes all the transfer fees. So that is what he's looking to sell. If anyone's interested in those, you can feel free to reach out to him. 630-202-0800. Again, that's 630-202-0800. Another Tradio caller here. This is Wood by Jeff, located in Elburn. He's got some free items. He has window screens for free, 4 of them. He has some tinder pieces of wood, as well as aromatic scrap pieces of cedar wood. He has some pine solid wood shelving boards, concrete boards, peg boards, and firewood. He also does have some canning jars, garden stakes, and fishing lures for free. And then for sale, or what he's looking for, is a trucker minivan. So if anyone's interested, feel free to reach out to him. That number is 630-365-9488. Again, that's 630-365-9488. Again, 630-365-9488 is that number to dial. Let's see. Another Tradio caller going up the page. Vicky has announced that the Summer Sports Cards in West Dundee is looking for comic books. So if anyone's interested, that number is 224-281-4190. Again, 224-281-4190. And then she is also looking for a lawnmower within the area. So if anyone's interested in that, that number is 847-844-9697. Again, that's 847-844-9697. Another Tradio caller here. Scrolling up the page here is Lawnmower Chris. He's calling in here. He's got that 2010 Town & Country engine and transmission. It's a 3.8 liter. The transmission is a 62 TE transmission at 6-speed. It's got 151,000 miles on it for sale. Looking for interested parties. Has a transmission on a wheeled trolley for someone to have. Price is negotiable at $2,000 for the package, and is asking to throw reasonable offers. So if you are interested, feel free to reach out to Lawnmower Chris. That number is 630-901-1100. Again, that's 630-901-1100. Another Tradio caller here, Motorcycle Tony's looking for motorcycles. They can be dead or alive, has a trailer for transportation, as well as cash in hand. He's also looking for a VW bus from the 60s, 70s, and or 80s. And he also has a friend that's looking for a small house, 1 to 2 bedroom home in the McHenry area or in Fox Lake. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to him. That number is 630-335-3312. Again, 630-335-3312. Another Tradio caller here. This is Jerry from South Elgin. Has that 1978 Corvette for sale. It's an anniversary special colors, silver and gray, with 54,000 miles on it and good tires, and it runs very good too. He's asking $15,500, but says he can also make a deal too, so that you can make a deal with him if you'd like. That number to dial is 331-442-1856. Again, that's 331-442-1856. Another Tradio caller here has a Memory Craft sewing machine, asking $100 for it. If anyone's interested, that number to dial is 331-588-0423. Again, 331-588-0423 is that number to dial. And that does wrap it up here for the Tradio callers that have called in within the past 2 to 3 weeks or so. Of course, if you would like to add yourself to the list, 847-931-1410. Or, of course, to also send it to the Image 360 number, 505-926-1410. Or, of course, you can also email me too, Matt McNeil at WRMN1410.com. There you go. The time is approaching 12:47. I got to take another quick time out. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410 here in just a bit. So stay tuned.
The weather is getting better, and we know it's the time when ladders and DIYers come out. Before you start any new outdoor projects, ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Sheblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
A truckload of methamphetamine disguised as a shipment of watermelons was seized at the U.S.-Mexican border crossing into San Diego, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said. Methamphetamine valued at more than $5 million was found August 16th when the cargo aboard a tractor-trailer from Mexico was unloaded for a detailed inspection, the agency said in a statement. Among real watermelons, officers found 1,220 packages wrapped in paper colored to look like watermelon skins. The total weight of the packages amounted to 4,587 pounds or 2,080 kilograms. Wow, there's a lot to unwrap here, besides all the packs of meth. Can you imagine the conversation that went into the scheme hatching plan for this? What about the conversation someone sparked that finally had them search the truckload of watermelons? There's no way I'm going to believe that the Border Patrol found this truck the first time they tried this tomfoolery. I'm praying that there were no forest preserve barbecue functions that are cutting into these magical slices of watermelon. My personal biggest question, why didn't they just hollow out some of the watermelons? I'm Darian Sims, and this is how I see it.
Available now on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes the backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended his case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety test as well as the breathalyzer tests. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcripts from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Out to Lunch with WRMN. And also, of course, we are still in our Tradio segment. So if you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, feel free to give us a call here today at 847-931-1410. Again, that is 847-931-1410. We hope you are enjoying your day today. We hope you're staying hydrated and nice and cool. Or maybe warm too, if this is considered a little bit more cooler temperatures for you, staying nice and warm too. Hopefully keeping your allergies in check. I've got a little bit of allergies today, but it's not stopping me, of course. So happy day, of course. Happy Friday. Maybe you've got some fun weekend plans. Feel free to let us know if you've got anything fun coming up here too. Because, you know, it's the weekend coming around the corner now. We do have mostly cloudy skies coming up this weekend. Today it is mostly cloudy. We're starting to actually see a little bit of an opening outside right now. So we are seeing a little bit more sunshine peeping through here too. But nonetheless, still definitely starting to see some of the fall weather for sure, and temperature. So Hopefully you're enjoying your day so far. Again, 847-931-1410 is the number to dial again if you want to call in for Tradio. So we're still in our Tradio segment. So with that being said, in the meantime, I'll continue on talking about things that are happening in the area. We still have some time left here, so we'll talk about some things happening in the area today too. We'll pull this up here. We've got the Fringe Festival that's still going on now until the 29th, which I know we did talk a little bit about that with Fred a little earlier today during that interview, the live interview there. So Fringe Festival is still going on. It's Side Street Studio Arts at 15 Ziegler Court here in Elgin, celebrating the performative and visual arts through downtown Elgin. That's still going on now until the 29th, the last day being September 29th at 5 p.m. So that's going to be at 5 p.m. That'll be the ending time, September 29th. So September 29th. Downtown Elgin Market is happening in a couple hours. Yes. It's from 3 to 7 p.m. The Downtown Elgin Market still continuing on now, and that is going on until October 11th. So we still have some time here left. Today is Friday, September 27th. It's the each end of each Friday of the week. So every Friday they have it until October 11th. So let's take a look here and see how many are actually left. We have today, we have next Friday, and the following Friday after that. So only 3 more times left that we're going to be having the Downtown Elgin Market for the season. So you still have 3 opportunities to go. It's coming up, of course, today, later today, 3 to 7 p.m. The following Friday after that in October, and then October 11th, which will be the last one, and it is from 3 to 7 p.m. So the hours have officially now been reduced. But again, still gives you a good enough time to check it out. Food trucks, kids activities, theme days, and more to check out. We also did talk about, of course, here a little bit earlier in today's show, we talked about different Oktoberfest events coming up. You can also find all this information posted onto ExploreElginArea.com. So the Bartlett Oktoberfest is tonight, 4:30 to 10:30. East Dundee's 6th Annual Oktoberfest is tonight at the Depot on North River Street in East Dundee. That's tonight, 5 to 10. And also at Panton Mill Park, the Rotary Club of Elgin is presenting, if you still want to hang on to a little bit of summer, it's the Summer's Last Hurrah. This is a free family-friendly festival, food trucks, bands, beverages, and fun for all. And that's coming up tonight, 5:30 to 9:30. So there's lots of fun weekend activities that are planned within the area. Also featured here is going to be face painting, sidewalk murals, as well as 2 blow-up obstacle course, entertainment, and more. So that's going to be coming up here. That'll be from 5:30 to 9:30. So from 5:30 to 9:30 tonight is when that's going to be, featuring Soda, the performance band. Soda, they're going to be performing. On Saturday tomorrow, it's from noon to 9:30 p.m. Noon to 2 is a touch a truck. Noon to 4 is arts and crafts, sponsors, community showcasing, face painting, and so much more. So if you do want to check out more information on that, that is, of course, found on the ExploreElginArea.com, ExploreElginArea.com. Coming up here at the Fox River Valley Public Library District, including Dundee Library and Randall Oaks Library, they are having their district hosting Hispanic Heritage Celebration. Join the Fox River Valley Public Library District for a vibrant celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. You can enjoy performances by Grupo de Danza Folklorica, as well as showcasing regional dances from Mexico there too. They're going to be having baked goods, refreshing frescas while supplies last. And also there too, they're going to be having creative crafts for the whole family. The event will be outdoors, coming up tonight, 6 p.m. to 7:30, and it's going to be outdoors at the library, weather permitting. Now, it's not supposed to rain. It is going to be a little bit more cloudy, kind of like how it is right now, but still going to be a fun time. So that'll be coming up. Coming up tonight, this is in the nice little town of Hampshire. You can check out a Halloween paint party with Hampshire Township Park District and Make You Brush. They're going to be coming up tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. You can enjoy some beautiful Halloween masterpieces that you can paint for yourself. Brought to you by Make You Brush. They're going to be guiding you to help painting some Halloween masterpieces. These paint parties are fun for all ages, but they do ask that children at least be 5 years of age to join. All canvas come pre-sketched. Please choose your paint at registration, it says. So that's coming up tonight. That'll be tonight. And the location for that is going to be at 390 South Avenue in Hampshire is where the location is going to be. So they have that. You can find tickets at hampshireparkdistrict.org. The fees are canvas, $30 for residents and $32 for non-residents. The deadline has already been done. So that was from yesterday. Yesterday was the deadline. But that should be a fun event if you did sign up for it, of course. Moretti's in Elgin is having Stevie Swing live. That's coming up tonight at 7:30. That's Moretti's in Elgin. Chicagoland crooner and Legends tribute artist Stevie Swing returns with the sound of the Rat Pack, Elvis, Neil Diamond, and so much more. It is that, of course, with their Vegas vibe. It's an evening of vintage pop standards and, of course, also country that you don't want to miss out on. That's coming up tonight. Sinatra and 50s and 80s and more at Moretti's in Elgin. So that's going to be a fun time as well. And, of course, we also want to promote here, too, starting tonight at the First United Methodist Church, Elsinore Theater Ensemble is performing Hand to God, and that's going to be going on until October 13th. You can find more information posted on exploreelginarea.com. We did have some of the cast and crew on the airwaves here for an interview, so definitely cool to check them out as well. This does wrap it up for Out to Lunch with WRMN, AM 1410. We hope you enjoyed the show. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, have a good time, enjoy yourself. And we'll be back with more local programming here in just a bit.
At the law offices of Guthrie and Brady,